in a world where the truth is stranger than fiction, and two friends have just enough beer money to question it all, comes a podcast like no other. From the shadows of conspiracy theories to the bright lights of OnlyFans. No topic is too weird, too wild, or too inappropriate. Trust me on that one. They'll ask the questions no one else dares. This is the Liquor Out Pod.
So this is the Liquor Out Pod. I'm Brad. This is Shez. Would you like to introduce yourself?
So my name's Molly Simpson. I am better known as the Witchorsist, and I am a professional witch and healer.
So when we first told everyone you were coming on, the first question everybody asked was, how do you sell your soul? And ask her how I can sell mine.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Who did you sell your soul to?
So I made a pact with a demonic called Belphegor. I studied demonology, studied the different hierarchies of them, and found one that basically governed money, gluttony, greed, stuff like that. And I decided to use that one to make a pact with. But it took me 3 goes to get it right. And the third time I went under possession, something took hold of my body.
Were you by yourself?
Yeah. So we had a 3-floor house at the time. I was in the attic on the top floor, and it was the middle of the night. And I'd done loads of research into it. Can't find much information on the internet anyway that actually works. Yeah. And then this third time round, I did the same thing that I'd done the first 2 times. Does the pentagram. Starts writing symbols, and as I started writing the symbols for Belphegor, that's when something entered into the room with me, like a real cold wind blew.
Did that not scare you at that point?
Yeah, I was petrified. Yeah. I absolutely shit myself.
Did you not think, stop now, this is real?
Yeah, I froze for a little minute, and then, I say, something took over my body and started writing these mad symbols. It drew an extra circle around the pentagram and started adding other symbols in there. And then, obviously, I had a little blade that I took out of a razor. Yeah. And I sliced the top of my wrist there and started putting blood at certain points and on top of certain symbols. And when I stood back, that presence stood in the pentagram with me, and I could feel it in front of me.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Just sheer fear. Like, it's... Unless you've come face to face with a ghost that's attacking you, like, that's the only way I can explain it, because the fear is not normal. It's not just, I've got chills.
Yeah. Frozen.
Yeah, literally solid. And then after about a minute, it's like I got control over my body, jumped out the pentagram, jumped into my bed, threw the quilt over me, I had like a little kid.
Yeah.
And I laid there for hours. I was shaking and everything, like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Something's just happened, because obviously the previous 2 times, nothing like that, I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of minutes, these bells, like church bells, started ringing out. They were that loud, it sounded like it was outside my house. And there's no church. There's a church in the village, but it wouldn't have been that loud.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they rang out for hours and hours. And then I woke up in the morning, must have fell asleep, and I felt totally normal. And I was like, it hasn't worked. I've got a big scab on my wrist. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And then it was about, God, I don't know, a few weeks later, I ended up with an email in me account, and it was basically inviting me for a casting call in Manchester for a modelling casting, and I went. They loved me. Now, bear in mind, I'm not a fashion model. I'm 5'2". Yeah. I haven't got the skin for it, you know what I mean, the body and stuff like that. So the fact that they were all over me made me go, well, maybe this has worked.
Yeah.
And then it snowballs from there.
Yeah, so obviously I've seen previous podcasts where you've gone into the whole the elite parties and things like that. One thing I wanted to touch on was the French party you went to. I think
the body.
That's it. Yeah. So that was the one that really interested me.
He wants an invite.
I know. Yeah, I was well excited.
Eats anything.
But I wanted to know, like, how was you feeling when you walked in? You seen the body on the table, and
for a minute, obviously, I was in shock, and I was like, no, surely not.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? And I suppose as well, coming from the sort of background that I do, I'm quite streetwise. I'm quite, like, you know.
Yeah.
Were the other girls from the same background?
No,
No.
not necessarily.
Yeah.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I suppose I didn't engage with them that much because they weren't my type of people. They were
Yeah.
quite middle class and stuff like that, and I'm just not like that. But like walking in, it was like any other party that I'd been to, any sort of after party. But obviously it wasn't. We'd had a little drink and stuff like that, and it was all acrobatics going on. It was all like performers and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then it was later on the night when we got taken into this hall and there's this banquet going on.
Yeah.
And like I say, I was like, no, surely not.
Yeah.
As if maybe it is art. And then the closer I got, I was like, no,
Definitely
no.
not.
I know what skin looks like. I know.
But some of that art isn't really art. Like, have you heard of Marina Abramovich and
Yeah.
the spirit cooking? Is it like that kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, it was very disturbing.
Yeah.
What
A lot of
if
her
it
stuff is
was.
disturbing,
Well, it
and
is. It is.
the art in that world is not.
Yeah,
what
she
you say is art?
she frightens me. That woman.
Some say she's like the Grand Witch of Hollywood, and no.
She's not. There's someone else. But yeah, like I say, as I get closer, and there's parts of this body on people's plates, and the way it was, I remember someone slicing what I would assume was some kind of kidney or a liver or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, no, when they part it with the knife, and this is happening within seconds, when they part it with the knife, it'll look like something else, and it'll be
like a
something
cake,
else.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. No, but it weren't. It was flesh. It was an organ.
Right. Yeah.
And you panicked at that.
At that point I started screaming. I was like, that's a body, and oh my god, he's eating it. And then people come behind me.
And was everyone else all right with this? Like it was
There
a
was only
normal
about
thing.
10 people
Right.
in that room
Yeah.
with me.
I take it you were the newest.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. So I assume, I'd imagine they've got them dotted everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
And what have you, but so what, they've come behind me and they're going, calm down, you're ruining this for everyone. This is art, like, get a grip of yourself. And I'm like, this is art, this is fucking crazy. I flipped.
Yeah.
Absolutely flipped. And then they bundled me into this room and passed me a drink and then shut the door. And it's pitch black in this room. And obviously when I've drank that, there's been something in it, some kind of sedative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've took me downstairs into what I would say was like an underground tunnel. Basically, it was a walkway. It had very small lights in it, but none of the lights were lit, so I was dead disorientated. And I've come up, I've been dragged up some stairs. I couldn't walk properly at this point. I've got scars on my knees off it now from
Yeah.
where it fell on the stairs, and they just picked me up and threw me in what I assume is a taxi.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
remember. And I've woke up the day after in my hotel room, and it was at that point that I've gone, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It's too real now.
Yeah. Too
I think
much.
with everything that I'd endured and that I'd been invited to and stuff like that, there was still this mind manipulation going on, like psychological manipulation tactics. where
Yeah.
you're like, what are you talking about? There's no club, and
Yeah.
this isn't a girl.
Trying to make you
like,
seem like the crazy
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Were there like well-known people there? I know you can't name them, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like famous. Everyone would know.
yeah, but not the people who you'll see in the media, but people that are above them.
Right,
that
yeah.
are
Yeah.
Okay.
well known. There's lots of faces that you'd know, but maybe can't put names to.
Yeah.
How did you get out of it? Out of the club?
So I stopped replying to the invite. I was getting emails. I was being stalked. I had pictures sent of me with me kids in a park where I'd been out through the day and stuff like that. All my work dried up. The agent was offering me all kinds, because it was the agent that really snowballed me and got me in.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It wasn't anything to do with the agency. It was this freelance agent that had swapped to. So he was sending me bits and bobs of work, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want nothing to do with you. I said to him, if you owe you any money, take me off your books, I'll pay you. Don't want to hear from you.
Yeah.
And he was harassing me for quite a while. And like I say, it come to a point where I needed work because I was ignoring everything. Obviously, I've got to pay bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought, I'll go into the glamour industry. It's easy to get into, and it's less paid money, but it's still paid. And it was then that the stalking started. So I'd do like hosting events for people and stuff like that, or be invited down just to show me face and just be part of the party. And after each event, there's always either be someone there from that club watching me,
Yeah.
or they'd follow me home. Like I was ran off the road, I was poisoned more than once, stalked, all kinds of stuff.
Did you do like going to the police at first? And
I did.
Yeah.
I took the picture that they sent me of me and the kids.
Right. Okay.
And I took the emails. But what they were saying to me was, it's just someone messing with your head. It is just, you know what I mean? There's no
Yeah, yeah.
threats. There's nothing threatening in there. The way they were worded as well, they were so like covert,
Yeah.
like code words for things and stuff like that I knew the meaning of, but obviously no one else would. And they were having none of it. I went 3 times, all in all, and they were just like, no,
Not interested.
And the email address that it came from was like, it was like Russian letters, like a Russian language is the only way I can describe it. It's like symbols, numbers, all weird stuff. And they were like, someone's just made that up. Like, it'll be someone you know, an ex-friend. Try not let it get to you. Or go and see your GP. And it was when they said, go and see your GP, I thought, no, you think I'm mad.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck you, I'm not doing it then.
Do you think it's corrupt police because the higher up police will be in them kind of circles? Or do you just think it's police who can't be bothered?
I think some of it, I think the higher you go, it would be like that there will be people.
Yeah, at the top of the police.
Yeah, but I think where I was at, I think they've just seen a young girl.
Yeah.
And they've just gone, oh, love, come on now. Behave.
It's
It's an
all in your
ex-fella
head.
or something that's pissed off with you. And they just haven't won.
Hard
But
you off.
again, another thing that people need to take into consideration is when you have a demonic entity on your body attached to your soul, that will dictate how people treat you. It will dictate how people react to you as well. Like, I had multiple incidents when I was dying in hospital, and they were like,
I wanted to touch on that
wrong
after.
with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, how?
Yeah. I seen your was it the James English podcast where you said they were taking blood samples and your blood was coming through clear.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing in the blood. There was no eye.
Have you ever seen plasma?
No.
So plasma looks like a clear yellow fluid, and that's what it looked like.
Right, okay, yeah.
And they were like, wow, I've never seen this before. But I'm thinking they're going to go and get all the top consultants now.
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah.
oh, we'll just give you the blood transfusion, you'll be fine.
See, that baffled me when you said that originally. I was like, why wouldn't you look into that? Like,
What's going on?
yeah.
I think as well, I mean, the first time I ended up in A&E, I'd gone myself, I drove myself, and it was after I drove back from Essex. I drove to Essex and then back on the same day, so I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Stomach swelling out there. I had a bra top on and a pair of cycling shorts, and I wasn't, scantily dressed. I was still pretty much covered up.
Yeah.
And I'm rolling around this bed delirious, sweating with the temperature, and all the doctor kept saying to me is, but why are you dressed like that?
Right, yeah.
Like, why have you got no clothes on? And I'm going, I'm sweating. Like,
Yeah.
I can't breathe, I can't move, I can barely speak, I'm hallucinating at this point and everything from the temperature. And he's like, we'll put you on the wards because I think you're constipated. And I'm thinking, what?
Yeah, that baffled me when you said about saying you were constipated. Like, my blood's clear. Like,
Why was there not more
yeah, more tests.
Exactly.
More...
There was other incidents as well in Western Hospital where they were giving me antibiotics. So my stomach was swollen. I looked at least 9 months pregnant. Like,
right,
ready
yeah.
to drop. And this woman kept trying to give me these antibiotics. I'm saying I'm allergic to them.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
take them. They just make me vomit, and I'm not well as it is. And she ended up throwing the medication at me and throwing me file at me.
Yeah.
And when I went through my file, I wanted to know what was going on. And when I went through, there was nothing in there, nothing about my blood test, nothing about my blood trans. And I'm thinking, how am I even in here as a patient? Because there's nothing in there.
Yeah,
like, it was the
showing up.
craziest situation.
So again, do you think that's deliberate on their behalf, or they just thought?
No, I think whatever I had attached to me was influencing the whole situation. It wanted me to die.
Yeah.
So it could get what it was owed.
So was it Belfagor that was attached to you?
Yeah.
That was right. Okay. So what's the different rankings of the?
So you
Dominic.
can, I mean, a lot of people they do it as like royals would be. You'd have kings, you'd have earls, princes,
Right.
dukes, mayors, stuff like that. I don't think there's that much truth to them. That's obviously being compiled
Yeah.
hundreds of centuries ago, and certain demonics have jurisdiction over level rank and demonics and stuff like that. But again, it pertains to how they live in their dimension. When they live in their dimension, there will be a hierarchy, but either way, whether it's a high ranking or a low ranking demonic, they're still going to wreak fucking havoc on it.
Right. Yeah.
So did you ask for that particular one?
Yeah.
Because it was to do with money.
Well, I went through a book of them, and obviously the book didn't have every single one of them in there, and I just chose him. It was I remember the picture of him. It looks like quite horse-like in the face, and I like horses. And he sat on a toilet shitting in this picture. And I was like,
Is this just a normal book anyone can get?
it's a book of demonology, yeah, anyone can get
Yeah.
it. And I'm looking through it and I'm like, yeah, that's for me, that. Because he would take period blood as an
Yeah.
offering. I'm thinking, yeah, but I'm a wuss, I'm not cutting me wrist, I'm not cutting my hands. Like, I'll just have to wait till I come on and
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah,
that type
yeah.
of thing. But yeah, just went through them and tried to choose the one that I thought would work best for me, because the first couple of times that I'd done it, I weren't particular. I was trying to sell my soul to the devil, to Satan himself.
Yeah.
Satan's not going to come for you for that.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to ask you about as well. So, like, this is a lot that we've been getting asked in it about selling your soul to the devil. You don't actually sell your soul to the devil, do you?
No.
You sell it to the...
You make a pact with a demonic
Right, okay.
entity, basically. And by doing that, once you die, your soul will then reside within and be trapped within the devil's dimension, which is the demonic realm, the second dimension.
Yeah.
So they won't want to let you go.
No,
matter.
I'll just be trapped in purgatory.
Yeah.
I might reincarnate, but I'll always reincarnate to do work for them. It would never be God's work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or, light work.
So how did you escape it?
The
The-
pact with
yeah,
the
the
demonic.
pact.
So obviously I was dying.
Like, did you know it was for life when you did it? You thought, this is,
And
and I'm comfy with that.
at that point, I was that suicidal. I was that low, and I was like, well, I've got no other option. What to do? Magic works, so may as well try. But coming out of it, so obviously I've been chased, I've been run off the road, I've been poisoned by this club.
Yeah.
But then obviously when they weren't working, it wasn't getting to me. So this demonic was then draining the life force energy, making me ill in and out of hospital. And it got to a point where I was going in for regular transfusions, iron transfusions. They'd managed to get me blood to a decent level, but I still had no iron or like red blood cells, so I couldn't breathe very well and stuff like that. And I was sat in an ambulatory clinic in the old Royal. And this woman with dark hair comes, she hooks me up to this iron IV. And she crouched down below my legs like I'm sat on a small chair. And she leans forward and she was like, Molly, we can't help you here. You know that, don't you? You need to find a natural healer. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I know. But I seem to be getting better now because I've only got to come in for the iron transfusion. She went, it's never going to end.
So do you think that nurse
I
knew
think she
something?
must have seen something on me, whether she was a psychic, a medium, whatever it was, she's seen something on me.
Right,
And
yeah.
she obviously has looked at my notes to hook me up to that IV and has gone,
That's not right.
no.
So do
She
you think it
like
was
an
making you
angel.
ill because you were trying to come out of it?
Yeah.
Like while you were
It knew it weren't going to get
partying
it.
and doing it, you were all right and you were fine and life was
Yeah.
going good.
Yeah, I think the minute, obviously, I've come out of that club,
Yeah.
I'm not upholding my part of the bargain.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything for this demonic or for the demonic realm. Therefore, it's gone, right, well, I'll have my pound of flesh now then.
Yeah.
Really?
Do they all want a sacrifice? Like you had to give blood to this one and you read about other things like
Some of them want
sacrificing
shit.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, vomit.
That's my type.
Other ones would be happy with like an animal sacrifice.
Right,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know how true it is. I mean, you can summon them much easier through the Book of Solomon anyway, using sigils. But I
Right.
just didn't know about that at that time. I tried certain sigils and it hadn't worked. But different ones want different things. It just depends what their likes and dislikes are.
So do you think a lot of like politicians and rich people have done deals
Yeah,
to get there?
of course.
'Cause, like
they
there's
have.
loads
Or
of
they're
prime
born
ministers.
into it.
They've lost the first child, or
They're
if you go through
more-
them all,
their
they've
family,
miscarried.
Yeah,
Like Keir Starmer, he came in January and his brother died in November.
yeah.
David Cameron's lost a kid. Tony Blair's had a miscarriage.
There's so
All of
it's
them,
all-
and it's a bit
the same
strange.
pattern.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as a coincidence with me.
yeah,
I don't believe in them. And I do think, I mean, if you're not born into it, you will have to make that sacrifice. But if you are born into it, they sacrifice other people for you.
yeah,
So you don't have to give something up.
yeah.
Does
Like
that make
Kanye West
sense?
said, there's people who have sacrificing to
He had
get
give
where
his
they are.
mother up, didn't
Yeah.
He gave his own mother, so it's, yeah.
And is that different demons want different things, or
I think so, but I think as well, there's what you have to do is you have to go to a point of no return.
yeah,
So, say if you don't sacrifice someone, you've still got a way out. You can still tell tales on them and say, "Well, this
yeah?
is
So they've
happening
got
and
that holding.
So, if you've done something like
That's
that,
why they do it with the kids. So they've got you on video,
So,
no matter what
yes.
you do,
you're not going to come out of it.
because you
are
see them with a straight face telling lies that they know's a lie, you know's a lie,
Exactly.
and there has to be a reason why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And it can only be kids because there's only so much money you can have.
Exactly.
Another £1 million, another £1 million, it doesn't make a difference. So it's something you don't want coming out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's how they control them.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot of downsides to selling your soul. Is there any positives?
But the money was great.
Yeah.
The lifestyle was great. You know, don't forget, I was a single parent. I had 2 really small children. One of them was only 3 months old when I started.
Yeah.
When I actually did that ritual, and to go from, you know, scraping pennies, not being able to splurge, not being able to buy your kid like fucking name trainers and stuff like that, to
Yeah.
having any, and you want a Gucci trainers, yeah, I'd have them.
Yeah.
I want a new car, I'll go and buy a Merc off the lot. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was amazing, and the travelling and stuff like that. I was seeing countries, didn't think I'd ever come out of England. And yeah, it was lovely. There was that high life, but I think for me as well, I really struggled to enjoy it as well, because I've got this demon screaming at me, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
what have I done?
But I think if you've got inner morals anyway, at a certain point,
You go,
like the lifestyle's fun. Like I've done all celebrity parties and
yeah.
I enjoyed it. It
And
was
after
like
a
the
while, it
funniest
just-
time of my life,
yeah.
but I wouldn't have sold my soul for it. And if I'd have seen anything like that, I'd have had to come out.
Of course.
It doesn't balance out where
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. The positives will never outweigh the negatives. To
Yeah.
it, none of it. But I think people just get in that far now. There's no coming back from it.
Yeah.
So you've got to stick with it.
and especially if you've done things on tape, like
Well, this is it. This is it.
that's the worst.
See, I think if I had to vet that body or something like that, they would have had evidence.
Yeah.
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 And even if the newspapers weren't bothered about it, you can go to prison for it.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
they can take your kids.
Exactly.
And especially if you've got kids, you've got something
Yes.
that they can take from you that
Yeah.
matters. Money doesn't at the end
No,
of the day. Like
exactly.
there's only so much you can buy. Like, if
Well-
they could take all your money, you could still start again if it's your
Yeah.
kids.
And for me as well, like, that's not like me to freak out the way that I did in that party, because I am very, I don't want to say stoic, but like, there's not a lot that shocks me.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, imagine if I didn't react like that and I'd have carried on, and like, where would I be now? Would I even be alive?
Yeah.
Probably would be alive. I'd probably be living the high life, but you know, the consequences that would come with that,
Not
just
worth it.
Not worth it.
Yeah. This is it.
So how did you get rid of him in the end?
So I ended up going to see loads of different mediums, psychics, like all kinds of Reiki healers, this, that, and the other. And I was dead open with what I'd done.
Yeah.
Loads of them looked at me and was like, "You're around the bends."
A lot of them are scammers though, as well, aren't they?
You're
Like,
telling me?
yeah.
I spent £7,500 trying
Jesus.
to get rid of it. And then I ended up coming across a natural healer from Crewe. It's not too far from here.
Yeah.
And I booked an appointment with him, an initial consultation. And he was my last port of call, really. I had no money
Yeah,
left. I
last
had no
hope.
savings. I had nothing. And like I say, my body is still dying, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I remember walking up to his house. He had a massive house on the corner and like a clinic in the back garden. And as I've walked up, I've knocked on the door, and this real old man's open, like, I mean really old man's opened the door, and he just looked up and he went, "Oh, you've got friends?" Now, I hadn't said to him that what I'd done. I was going to tell him when I got there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean? I haven't brought anyone with me." And he went, "No, you have. You've got a demonic attachment." And I went, "I know."
Finally, someone
Yeah,
believes me.
finally
Yeah.
someone's on it, and I've not said it.
so
we
what
go
is he
into-
seeing? Like an aura around you, or
He
is
could
he
see
seeing
the attachments.
he can see
he
the
could
actual.
actually see it. He could see orders as
Yeah.
well. So he will have been able to see that mine was grey because it was dying.
Yeah.
When you have a demonic attachment, you tend to have a bit of a green outer edge to it as well. Bruising, holes in the auric field where they're draining you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he walks into this clinic and he's like, so he's going to give me acupuncture, he's going to give me loads of herbal remedies to take. And I'm saying to him, but I've been in the hospital, I've had antibiotics, I've had this, I've had that, and none of it's worked, so why is a herb going to work? And he was like,
Yeah.
because it's natural, it's not a chemical.
Yeah.
So your body will react to it better because it's herbs medicine.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fuck off, love. A couple of acupuncture needles, like, and I'll be done. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking he'll do the ghost point because I am a trained acupuncturist. And he didn't. And he was like, I can't do the ghost points. I'm going to have to ring someone else to
What's
get
the ghost points?
ghost points are acupuncture points that you can trigger to detach a demon or an entity
Right,
that's
okay.
attached to the body. So yeah, he's like, I've got to ring a friend to get rid of it. And I was like, oh, here we go. So he rings this fella, this Irish fella, answers the phone. And he's like, hello, what can I do for you? And Stephen's saying to me, the healer, oh yeah, he's an accountant from London. And I'm going, oh, fuck off. You should have me on here. Like, it's cost me £120 just for this consultation. Like, you're going to throw herbs and some needles at me and I'm going to be done.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, this fella comes on the phone. He's like, what? How can I help you? And I said, sold my soul to a demon. Now I'm dying. I want to get out of it, but I don't know whether I can. And he went, I can't actually help you with the contract, but I can get rid of your demon.
Yeah.
And I went, so if you get rid of the demon, will my body stop dying? And he was like, for a period of time, it will buy you some time to
breathing
cancel
space.
the contract before you get poorly again. And I was like, oh, well, so no, then you're not helping me, are you,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Anyway, he's doing this toning down the phone, which is like real high-pitched noises, like that they use the voice to hit a frequency. And he's doing this, and I can hear this demon going berserk down my ear, like screaming. And the healer looks at me and he was like, you're all right? And I'm going, no, because it's going mad. And then I sort of like, not fainted, but I went really dizzy, really like blacked out, couldn't see anything. And as I've come back to, they were like, it's gone.
Could
And
you
I was
feel it
like,
had gone?
Yeah. Straight away, the noise stopped.
Silence.
And I was like, whoa, that's mad. That's crazy. I can't believe that's worked.
Yeah.
I had to go and see that healer a good few times. And every time they'd check on me, that fella would get on the phone and be like, it's still gone. And
Yeah.
But then, coming out of a demonic attachment like that, yes, they can get rid of the actual demon that you've sold your soul to, but they can't stop the rest of the realm coming to attack you, which was the worst point for me, because while I had this demon, I knew what it was saying. I knew what voice belonged to that. I knew what voice belonged to me. When I started getting attacked, I didn't have a voice in my head. It was all demons, all different ones, telling me to kill myself, telling me to hurt, people around me that I loved, saying people were going to die, bad things were going to happen, your car's going to drive off a bridge, it's going to skid round a corner and it's going to roll over.
Yeah.
And I was living in a constant state of panic, because when you're used to having a voice in your head and then it's replaced by such darkness, I'm going, I've got schizophrenia, and I'm not well.
Yeah.
But in you, I can't go to a mental health nurse and go, oh, I sold my soul to a devil, blah, 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 because they'd just be like, section, inpatients, antipsychotics, you're never coming out, love.
That's his worry when he sees something in his house.
Yeah, so we weren't going to mention this, but
Sorry.
so I've seen quite a bit. We live in an old railway house.
They're always the worst.
Well, I keep seeing shadowy figures, and quite a few times in the night I wake up and I keep seeing something over there.
Oh.
And to me, that in my head, I'm like, it's mental illness. Like, my dad's got schizophrenia.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was worried it was passed down. So I weren't going to mention it, but you wanted me to touch on it as well, didn't you?
Because he says this and says it's, mental health and whatever. But then there's been experiences that we've both had. And it's like, well,
that confirms that it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you ever wake up with any unexplained marks or bruising?
Yeah, on my legs.
So that's where it's feeding off, yeah.
Cuts and bruises all the time, don't we?
Yeah.
All the time.
How'd you sleep?
When I'm asleep, I sleep, but I don't necessarily feel when I wake up that I've had.
So you still feel drained?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any intrusive thoughts? High anxiety, any changes in your mental health or your
I get
well-being?
high anxiety, but not all the time.
Okay.
It's kind of heightened, different.
And any physical health complaints?
Yeah, last year, her whole body shut down. All her organs and everything. She was in the ICU.
I'm going to cleanse you before I go.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't buy this house.
I know, yeah, we're in the
buying
process
that
of
house.
buying it as well. But
Is it by a crossroads?
no, so it's literally just a railway
It
track,
is.
isn't it?
There is a crossroads at the bottom of the road.
Oh, yeah, there is, yeah, main road.
Just because they're always hubs for things like back in the day, centuries ago, the 19th, 18th, even 17th centuries, they were very popular for people to go down and see if they could see the devil.
Right, okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
a lot of portals have ended up being open there, but you could probably do with it being cleansed.
So does it matter that they didn't open a portal? There can just be one.
No, but it's just there. They just exist. You know what I mean?
A lot of the time as well, like, I'll be upstairs and Courtney's talking to me. And then I'll be like, I'll have a conversation with you, won't I? And she was like, I was never upstairs. I'm like, you what? You were shouting at me while I was in the shower. Like,
It happened last night, didn't it? You
Yeah,
were
I
in the
thought you were
shower,
outside the thing.
And I came up, he said, were you outside the bathroom door a minute ago? Well, I'd fallen asleep downstairs. So
Wow.
it wasn't.
But I'm very skeptical about
Yeah.
all the spiritual side and thinking like I'm
You
closed
like
off
to
with it
try
all.
and think of
A logical
an
reason.
an explanation for it.
But I think that's the best way to be.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Because you
Yeah.
get some people
You
that
can't
are
just
like,
jump straight
well, yeah,
to...
people just make shit up. Don't
Yeah.
you, all the time? Like, oh my God, it must be a ghost. It's
Yeah.
a Passover loved
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
You know, it's bruising and scratching me, but it loves you. Like, you just make up random. The best thing to do is try and get a logical explanation for it. I mean, if it's an old house, it could just be
Yeah.
noises and stuff with the way the floorboards move and stuff like that. But if you're waking up drained, high anxiety, you've
Yeah.
obviously had that health scare,
Yeah.
and you've got bruises and marks, that tells me there's something feeding off you.
Yeah.
So would that be like a demon, or would it?
It could be
a
anything. It could be a
ghost or-
shapeshifter. It won't be a human spirit. Human spirits can't do that.
Right.
It could be a demon. It could be a mimic spirit.
That's what you would
I was going
want
to
to talk
touch
about.
on.
And if it's a voice that you keep hearing, that
And
tells
he
me
thinks
it's
it's
more likely
me.
to be mimic, because it will mimic you,
Yeah, that's
especially if
what
it's
I
stored in your
thought.
life force energy. It'll know about your personality, your
Yeah.
tone of voice,
Yeah.
the way you speak to him, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll cleanse you before to go. You'll be fine.
Like, do you ever done Ouija boards, or do you think they're real? Or
No, Ouija boards are real. You have to be very careful when you're using them to
Yeah.
ensure that, you know, what you're tapping into is trusted, it's human, and it's not something sinister. Because I think what a lot of people don't realise is the dimension that we live on is the third dimension. 3 is the number of the criminal. So lots of dark, evil shit is going to manifest here, whether we like it or not. And the minute you start trying to contact other realms from here, the first thing that you're going to encounter is something negative.
Right.
This is why a lot of psychics, mediums and stuff are scammers, because they're not even using spirit guides. They're tapping into demonics because they're closer and easier to get through to. And with them doing that, they might not be bargaining, they might not be making a pact, but it's a silent acceptance of, you give me this information on that client, I'll let you draw life energy from that client to get the information, and you can draw life energy from me because
Right,
I'm
yeah.
getting paid for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you see it happens to a lot of psychics and mediums. By the time they get to about 50, they end up really ill, really
Right.
poorly, shut down, they can't do anything, and that's because
Tapping into
they've
the
been
demon.
drained.
do you think that's a natural gift someone has to be psychic, or can someone learn it?
We've all
Or-
got it. Every
yeah.
single one of us have got it. Doesn't matter where you come from, your background, your family. We've all got a third eye. We've all got a chakra system. We've all got a bar point. And if we've all got them, we can all download messages. We can always understand the universe. We can manifest and stuff like that. It's just the education system from a small age tells us to shut off, be told what to do, and don't think for ourselves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The foods we eat, the air we breathe, the water we drink is numbing the third eye. It's calcifying everything. So it just keeps us in a very low vibrational state. Society as a whole.
Deliberately?
Yeah, to stop us reaching that.
Right.
So do you think in previous times more people were open to it and doing that kind of thing?
I think it's been the powers that be have always been around since the dawn of time to keep us low.
Yeah.
There's probably has been maybe more prominent instances centuries ago of people with these gifts and using them and stuff like that. The likes of Solomon, Aleister Crowley and stuff. But
Do you believe a lot of the Aleister Crowley stuff?
I think he
Is
was
he-
a bit of a fantasist. More so because, I mean, don't get me wrong, when I was researching How to Sell My Soul, I drew all kinds of knowledge from Crowley's book. I used the universal hexagram at certain parties. They were using it. Again,
I've read something, I couldn't get into it. Like,
it's the
understand-
language, the language that he used, and I think that's
Yeah.
there on purpose. I do think
Yeah.
there is some truth in what he's got to say, but I don't think he was truthful about what he was working with on the whole. I don't think he was truthful about where that power was being sourced from on the whole neither.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who this guy is. If you want
Great Satan. He's the most famous occultist
Like, yeah,
ever.
Right.
basically.
He summoned
yeah.
a demon at the pyramids. He was friends with, do you know Jack Parsons,
Yeah.
who kind of set up NASA, the rockets.
Oh, right. Cool.
And he was doing spells.
He was
when-
just an elite, I think. And
Yeah, he was very posh. He was a rich,
Yeah.
like Oxford graduated.
But I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Because people who are educated, people who are born into a decent family and, decent money, they're gonna fly, they're gonna flourish.
Yeah.
But they have their secret clubs anyway.
Well,
There's like
this is the
Is it the
thing.
Bullion Club where like,
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Cameron and that, and they
Fucking shag pigs
Yeah.
and that.
yeah, they do.
You know what I mean?
But Crowley was doing that with
Yeah,
like
they were all
goats and
doing it.
women and men and
Yeah. They
and I-
love a bit of bestiality. The Satanists do. They love
yeah.
it.
Is that for the low energy it brings, or
Yeah, it's just sodomizing anything,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah? By the end, he
Anything
had a
that's
house
God's
in
creature.
Italy, and he just had orgies with everyone and anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally.
like he was an old man, bald old
But I
man.
think anyone who gets really big, who ends up in the public eye and working with big people, have been planters.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone who's doing good work, light work, healing people, they'll never get up the top. Because
Right.
they don't want people like that up the top showing the way.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
everyone to be low vibrational or selfish or within the lower negative emotions, you know what I mean?
Just going with the flow sort of thing.
But that's why politics will never save us, I don't think, because the people at the top, even the ones that slide through, like Jeremy Corbyn seemed a nice person, and he shouldn't have been in that world, and he creeped up the top without them noticing, and they did everything to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And you can tell the ones that aren't part of that club,
Yeah.
because they'll call you anti-Semite, they'll call you
They turn on you.
everything,
They'll do
and the
everything to ruin
newspapers
your
are in the
career.
pocket, so
Yeah.
so it's really hard to get over that.
This is the thing.
Like Keir Starmer's an awful person. He's not very intelligent. He's made it to prime minister somehow.
Big Keith. I can't bear him.
Me neither.
No.
But
Horrendous.
again, he's another one. They're just puppets.
Yeah,
Literally
yeah.
puppets. He's a yes man. He gets told what to do. And again, like these Ukrainian rent boys that he was shagging that
Yeah.
set fire to his house and all that. I think that was a warning. I think he was going to do something with his
Yeah.
power. And I think they had to do that to go, hang
Yeah.
on a minute, love, get back in your place.
Yeah. Yeah.
They always do.
Know your rank.
You know what I mean?
I don't think he'll last long anyway. I don't
No, joking, aren't you?
because
Should've
they
been out about
put
3
ones with
months ago.
charisma in, who like you've got Boris Johnson. People be like, "Oh, I'd go for a pint with him." They don't listen
Yeah.
to all the stuff he
They're
says.
not
It's just
interested. Oh, I like
a posh
him.
guy who's a bit funny, and oh, he's one of us. He's all right.
Yeah.
And then you listen to the stuff he's really into, and it's not good.
No, but
None
this is
of
the
them are.
thing, and they're all pissing in the same pot at the
Oh,
end
yeah,
of the
yeah,
day. You
absolutely.
know, they're all doing the same things, whether we want to believe it or not. Democracy isn't real. It hasn't
not
been
at all.
real ever since the dawn of time.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
But they invade foreign countries to bring democracy, and you haven't got democracy here. You haven't got
They
democracy
just
in
want
America.
they just want a
It's-
one world order,
Yeah.
central bank currency,
It's
and
a-
all that stuff.
It's an illusion of democracy. You have two people who are doing the same things. They might have little disagreements that aren't really important,
Yeah,
that they can argue against on TV and to the public, but at the top, it's the same thing.
it is.
Whether
exactly.
Keir Starmer or the new Conservative lady, she comes in, they're all awful people.
Yeah.
They'd all do anything they were told just for that power. I think it's like power-hungry people.
Absolutely. You've only got to look at like what they did to Gaddafi in
Yeah,
Libya.
yeah,
yeah.
You know, he had a brilliant country. You know, their society was unreal. Free universities, free everything. They had
Yeah,
everything they
houses if you
needed
got married.
to prosper.
like- and
And
he
they
used
went
the
in and-
country's wealth for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It went to the people.
He had his own, you know, the way he had that set up was amazing. And they went, oh, no, love, don't think so.
Yeah.
We're going to come in. A lot of people will not agree with me, but it's the same with Iraq.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein was not a bad man.
Yeah.
He was a good man. They can say that he did all this stuff, but it's no different than what all of our politicians
Oh,
are
yeah.
doing.
But they empowered him to do that kind
Yeah,
of.
they give him all
They-
the money to do it,
they
and
gave
then
him
when
the
we're going to cut your
weapons.
heads off,
Yeah,
basically.
and it's everywhere in the Middle East in particular.
Did it with Taliban, didn't they?
Yeah,
Didn't the
yeah,
CIA
they put the
fund
Taliban in.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
funded them, ISIS and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
And
new
then-
leader of Syria is the head of Al Qaeda.
Exactly.
Who there's still a $10 million reward for him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're all best mates.
and they're all
with him.
shaking his hand now. He's in a suit.
Yeah, they love him. Absolutely love him. It's crazy. But until we get a one world order, this new world order thing, this is what we will keep seeing. The wars are going to keep coming.
Oh
It's
yeah.
definitely Iran next. I'm surprised they let it go.
Yeah.
There's more to it. There's always more to it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But they've got a plan for like the Greater Israel, I think, where they want to take parts
Yeah.
of other countries.
Yeah.
And I think with Israel, it's more they're blackmailing politicians to do because everyone can see what's going on and it's not good.
Well, Epstein worked for Mossad, didn't he? So
Yeah, 100%.
that says everything.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't
And they
it?
still deny it though.
Yeah, of course they
he,
do.
he didn't traffic anyone to
But
anyone.
I do think that's why Charlie Kirk got murdered, because he's come out and said that.
He was sliding out of because I didn't like Charlie Kirk, to be honest.
No, I didn't, but
Like didn't agree with any of his politics.
he was changing his
Yeah,
opinion.
he had a few towards the end, and I think they can sacrifice someone. He wasn't Jewish,
Yeah.
so it's not like they're sacrificing Ben Shapiro, who does all their work anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're sacrificing the non-Jew, who they can say, "Oh, it's only because he had pro-Israel views when he was sliding away from them."
Yeah.
And I think it takes work like Candace Owens investigates and keeps going on.
I think Candace Owens isn't what she thinks she is. I've seen lots of things that say she's got family in the FBI, the CIA.
Well, her husband's a rich.
Same with Tucker
British,
Carlson, rich British businessman. It speaks volumes. These people are there to put out this information to keep people away from the real stuff.
I think you have to take some truth from what they're saying because the whole world knows the truth.
Absolutely.
But some people will only believe it if it's on the news.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, so it takes someone
Total
like
brainwashed.
Tucker Carlson had the older people in America who used to watch his show. So if he says something slightly, even if he's got an ulterior motive, it will open a few people's eyes slightly. So I think you have to take the bit of good out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because in that kind of world, they cut each other off. They're like, I did the research, I discovered this, and someone's
Yeah.
stolen it. So you fight amongst yourselves where
Yeah.
the message is more important than
Absolutely.
who said it. Like,
Yeah.
you see them on X arguing like the 9/11 stuff. Tucker Carlson's just done it, and then you've got like
Israel did that as well.
yeah, and then you've got like Ryan Dawson who studied 9/11, and he's like, that's my work from 7 years ago or 10 years ago. And they shouldn't argue amongst themselves. Get the truth out. Get normal people
Yeah, come
on
together,
board.
share
Yeah.
it. You know, but
That's the biggest fear.
but there's
Normal
that,
people coming together.
There's that division. They have to put a division
Yeah.
in every step that we make.
Yeah. Same with immigration.
Ugh.
They're like trying to divide people when
While
that's
we're
not the problem.
divided, they can do what they want to do.
Blame the immigrant rather than
Yeah,
the
but
person in power.
They do it. They do this racist. What I've never understood with society. They do this racism tactic every time they need to.
Because
and
it seems to work.
And every time everyone goes, yeah,
Yeah.
let's get
rallies
the
up.
Muslims' fault.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Honest to God, look a bit higher.
You became
Closer
Muslim for a
to
while,
home.
didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Why was that? Was that?
So I was 16 when I took my shahada, and I had a lot of Muslim friends,
Yeah.
and I suppose they had such a rich sense of culture, community, and inner peace that I was like, they're really getting something good.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
that. And you know, I read the Quran and I was trying to pray, and I didn't wear a hijab or anything like that. But you know, a lot of the stuff that was in that Quran really, really resonated with me. It was only the more I understood myself, the more I was like, but it's in here. It's not in the sky. It's not some fella dictating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, your kid's gonna have a great life and you're gonna have a shit one.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking God is that? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I've never been able to marry up with that. So obviously after a while I just thought, you know, there is some truth. There's a lot of truth in that Quran, the likes of dimensions and stuff like that, and aliens, astrology. There's all kinds of truth in that book, but I didn't want to disrespect it in the way that I do not believe that I'm seeking something outside of me. I think it's all in here.
Yeah.
I mean, them religions have only been around for 4,000 years, and people have been here hundreds of thousands of years, millions
it's like
of
with
years.
the Bible. The
Yeah.
Bible weren't even written by Jesus or anything to do
Yeah.
with them. It's been written by kings and royals, and you honestly believe that they wrote Jesus' word? Like, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
love.
Well, it's mainly Paul, the Bible.
Mm.
Like when because for a while I was trying to find a religion. I thought it's nice to have. I've got like Muslim friends who are happy with their life because they know they're going somewhere better, and deep down they know, even if they're wrong, they know, and they've
Yeah.
got the comfort of it. So I looked into lots of different religions, and there was just nothing that resonated as fully truthful. You have to con yourself a bit that there's this bit that's a bit dodgy, but
Yeah, but there's so many contradictions in these
Yeah.
holy books as well, and it's so they can be used to conquer and divide,
Yeah.
basically. Like, there is some great parts in the Bible, there's some great parts in the Quran, but there's also some really bad parts in the Bible and bad parts in the Quran, and you go, well, how'd you get that from that and then that?
Yeah.
Unless
Two
they've been
separate.
put in there to contradict themselves, to confuse people who go, no, this is God's word, therefore it must be true, and I'm
Yeah.
going to use this to abuse someone, take away their human rights, or some other foul reason
Yeah,
in Jesus'
absolutely.
name.
But like in the
Yeah.
Bible, there's nothing direct from Jesus anyway.
No.
It's Jesus lived like a Jew, basically. He followed all the laws.
yeah.
He was born into being a Jew.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what his followers lived like. And then after his death, Paul had a vision. He'd never met Jesus in real life. He had a vision that only he saw. And it was Jesus telling him, no, you don't have to live like that anymore. All the rules are fulfilled. So most of the Bible is Paulian rather than Christian.
No, Paul's con man, mate.
Yeah.
But people say it about the Quran. They say there's no way the angel Gabriel appeared to the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
But that's no different than what happens with Paul in
Yeah.
the Bible.
Yeah.
It is no different at all.
Well, the Quran believe in Jesus.
Whereas the Bible doesn't believe in anything to do with
Yeah.
the Quran.
And they say Jesus' actual gospel has gone missing. It's changed over time. So they believe in Jesus was a prophet, not that he was God, not that he was anything more than a man and a prophet.
He was just a human, wasn't he?
But his actual gospel has gone missing and it's been corrupted over time.
Yeah.
And I think they're all just there to control.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't even mind people having religion, But when they're using it like the Jewish religion at the minute for Israel, it's like a death cult for
It
the
is.
whole. Believe what you want, but don't drag the world into.
This is the thing. There's people that say there's part in the Torah that say, you know, anyone who's not a Jew and is not born into the Jewish bloodline is less than you. The
yeah, they're the
dogs
chosen people. That we're goyim.
Yeah,
Like-
but then there's Orthodox Jews that say no, but that's not true. We don't believe that, and
They don't even believe they should have a homeland. The
No,
Orthodox
exactly,
Jews,
exactly.
like God took it from us, and God will give it us back.
yeah,
But these ones, they'll kill the whole world just to.
oh yeah,
They want to.
Point across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're going to blow up the mosque at some point to rebuild a temple.
yeah, exactly. They're killing the whole world anyway
Yeah.
because they run the medical industry, Hollywood, the media, the newspapers. They rule everything.
Oh yeah.
Every big food company that is, it's owned by Jewish people, and I'm not
They've just took over
anti-Semitic
TikTok in
any
America.
way. Well, yeah, exactly.
Like just to put their algorithm forward of
Yeah,
because people were sharing like Palestinian stuff or just stuff in general. They want to control,
yeah.
and it's a select group of them. It's not every single one.
No, exactly. But this anti-Jewish rhetoric is outdated. Like
Yeah,
they are ruling the world, but it's not Jews, it's Zionists.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
getting confused. It's nothing to do with the
but
Jewish
then the
faith.
Zionists will say it's anti-Semitic to say Zionism. It's
yeah.
like it's a completely separate thing.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
100%. Because there's Jews who are on the side of the world. They don't want the war for a small bit of
No,
land.
some of them are the most peaceful people you'll ever meet. Same with Muslims, they're the most peaceful, loving people. And I just think, but
Yeah,
you all
this
think
is
they're
it.
coming here to rape our women and take our jobs and take our houses
And I
and our
think that's-
benefits. And oh my God, you haven't got a GCSE or a tooth to your name, but it's their fault.
Oh yeah.
You know,
No, this is it. It's too much hate in the world when it comes to religion.
It's division.
this is it.
Like they could all live peacefully. I think because the Jewish religion doesn't have that many people, they have to get the two big religions to fight each other.
Yeah.
So,
So
that they
Christianity and Islam,
can weekend.
which can coexist easily, and they've coexisted in all these countries for
Exactly.
hundreds of thousands of years. But they try and make people who aren't Christians, like most people here will say, oh, I'm a Christian. And you ask them anything about the Bible, they have no
They couldn't
idea.
tell ya.
No, but they conflate white being Christian. It's like, I'm English Christian.
Often can't even
They're
spell
not,
it.
no, not at all. And you're looking at that, it's like, I could debate the Bible with you, and I'm not an expert on it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, and they're all Sharia law, Sharia law. And it's like, you don't know anything. You've heard the word. You're like, they're bringing Sharia law in it.
You wish, love.
And Sharia law is basically like a church council. The church have its council, which advise people on according to their book. Sharia laws of advising their people. It's never going to go into
No.
the law. Like they come in here and
People
it's
are crazy.
frustrating. I try not to watch it because I get frustrated.
Yeah, it
and like,
winds you up, doesn't it?
Goes on for about an hour, doesn't he?
like we weren't supposed to mention it
Once
on the
again,
podcast, like, avoid Israel, but
No, no. Sometimes
One
it
thing
needs to
that
be
will
said, doesn't it?
garner a lot of views is talking about anything controversial.
Yeah,
Anything.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna get hate whether you're talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
good or talking
absolutely.
bad, so you
Yeah,
may as well
yeah.
fucking do what you want to do.
Another thing I wanted to touch on was the DMT.
Yeah.
So I like my psychedelics. I like mushrooms. I like cannabis.
Never had mushrooms.
Never
I
had
like a
mushroom-
joint, but I've
Right,
never had
yeah.
mushrooms. My fella's trying to get me soft up.
Oh, honestly, do them.
Okay.
They're amazing. It's completely. We went away, didn't we, to like a little cabin in South Wales. So I run a security firm, and it's just been dialed on it for 8 years. I've barely had a day off, like constantly working. Went and took a load of mushrooms at this cabin, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I was sat visioning this tree for about an hour, and this tree was
Sat
telling
in
me.
this hot tub and he's like, I've had a vision.
I love that.
Oh,
I
it was
love
brilliant.
that.
It was telling me like I'm holding on to something that's like draining me, and like I need to branch
You are
out. And
medicines at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
absolutely,
which
yeah,
you know
yeah.
How to heal
I love them. I honestly,
Well, they say it like resets the brain,
the brain.
chemistry.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
microdosing and stuff
Yeah.
like that really helps people with
Yeah.
schizophrenia and other mental health problems, don't they?
one thing I really want to get into microdosing mushrooms.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like it's helped me out a lot
Mm.
with my mental health, and home life and work life and everything is just so
Yeah.
much better now, isn't it? Like it's
They are really, really good for you. See, I felt like that after DMT though. Like I felt
Yeah.
like a total reset, and it lasted for months after it as well.
that's what I want. I really want to try DMT.
Do
I'm
it.
really
Because
yeah.
it's 10 minutes. See, with me, I like, if I'm going to take anything, I mean, I've never been a big druggy person anyway.
Yeah.
If any, and I'll have a joint of a night because
Yeah,
I like to chill
yeah.
out, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I like to be in control of me high.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with
Absolutely.
that DMT, you've got 10 minutes of visions or... some
Does
people
it
don't
seem
even
longer
break
than 10
through.
minutes?
Yeah, it seems hours. It seems a long time. But some people don't even break through. I mean, I was quite lucky with mine, I did. But I still kept coming out of it. And every time I come out of it, I was like, I want a chippy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in Egypt, I want a chippy. But it is, I went to Egypt, I had a big celebration, I was fucking Egyptians and making all the pharaohs, I seen the Sphinx, me and the Sphinx were like, you're all right, lads, high-fiving each other, it was fucking boss, to be fair.
I've seen a case study where they've taken different people from all around the world, given them all DMT like at the same time. I might be messing this up, but they've all seen the same entity.
Similar things.
Yeah. And it baffles me. You were saying about
DMT
Jaguars.
elves or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Workers in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people see jaguars, I think they are, or leopards.
Yeah.
One or the other. And no one knew why. And then at some point, they discovered a group of leopards in a jungle somewhere in Asia, and the leaves they were eating gave off DMT. Like that was what they lived off. So maybe they're entering the same
A different realm. And that, because, you know, it's like, this, we produce it when we sleep, don't we?
Yeah.
So when we like astral travel, that's basically what's happening when you're under the DMT, you're astral traveling, but at a much faster rate.
So do you think it
basically.
opens an actual portal?
Yeah, 100%.
To,
But
like,
could
the
demons come in, or-
world.
Yeah, it's like, I think it all depends on where you are at in your journey in yourself. If you're, so like the past 2 weeks I've been dead stressed, and my fella's saying let's have the mushrooms, and I'm a little bit like
Yeah.
it's not the right time for me because I'm stressed.
You've got to be in a good headspace.
If you're in a
Yeah.
good space and you're like, I'm calm, I'm ready for what this is about to show me,
Yes.
you're going to be fine. But if you've got some shit going on and you go, I'm going to take this medicine and it's going to fix me, the first thing that will come in is a demon because you're not going to do the work.
Yeah,
Does that make
puts you in
sense?
a bad
Don't do it in
headspace.
your house then.
I know, yeah.
No, well, just see what she's got, what's going on with her.
I know, yeah. I might
and
be
then
leaving it here tonight. Like,
You'll know a bit more. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
By all
absolutely.
means, if it is attached to you and I get rid of it, you shouldn't have any more issues in the house unless there's something else in there. But
We'll come and do a Ouija board. Like,
I know, yeah.
we used to do
just
them
use
for fun.
protection
Like,
symbols when you use a Ouija board.
Right, yeah.
Just like a bean symbol like that is really protective. That draws in light energy and it stops anything negative from sticking to you.
All right.
whenever I've done it, people blame me.
Do they?
They're like, hey, he's moving it.
Oh, yeah.
They think I'm a
That
comedian.
story you told me the other day.
We summered in America, and we stayed in a log cabin in Vermont. And we'd done a couple of Ouija boards at home on pizza boxes and stuff like that. And they sell them in Toys R Us in America.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like
They
a
love
toy
it
thing.
over there. Like, let's infest people.
It was a shock to see it because my mum had always said, no, Ouija boards are bad. Like, we did it as a kid and someone died or they got hurt. It's like, so I've
Everyone's
never
mum's
done
always
it.
got a story like that
Yeah,
where
no,
someone
yeah.
dies, though, haven't they?
So we'd never done it, but when we went to America, they did it for fun. So we did it, and it moved and it talked, but it could have been someone moving it. Everyone's like, it's you, and it definitely wasn't. So we bought a glow-in-the-dark Ouija board from Toys R Us, and when we went to this cabin, we all did it. And it started talking to my brother, like talking about a girl he'd gone to school with who died. Again, he thought it was me, and I had no idea who the girl was. He was naming names, so he was a bit worried. And she said she loved him. And then because it was glow in the dark, as the planchette moved round, it left a trail so you could see
Wow.
it moving. So then it starts drawing a love heart. Everyone's moving. It's going slowly at first, and we're all looking at each other like, what's it doing? The love heart was glowing up on the board. And then it starts moving really fast, like this love heart thing. So everyone's like, what's going on? What's going on? So we all lifted off at the same time. It carried on for probably 30 seconds, still doing this heart really fast.
Wow.
And then shot across the room and smashed into the wall.
Ew,
And then everyone's like, no more Ouija boards.
mad that, isn't it?
My brother thinks it's kind of haunted him since this Ouija board. We'd thrown it out and it would turn up
Really?
places, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, to have that experience at the end tells me that wasn't a human spirit.
Yeah,
A human spirit wouldn't do that.
yeah,
But they know how to mimic, you see.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was scary. Like, I don't believe in that kind of thing in general. but that's the only thing I've ever seen, because I'd like to experience it. Same with like religion. I don't have the faith without
Yeah.
I'm like,
having an experience of it,
No, but I'm with you on that. Like, give me some definitive proof.
Yeah.
Give me something physical.
because you can't believe if you don't believe.
No, exactly.
Like I can't say I'm a Christian, I believe in God and everything, because I don't. I'd only be lying to the God if there was one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people must be like that. No, I'm a Christian, I fully believe.
Yeah.
And deep down, I don't know if they do.
See, people hate that about me though, because I'm so big. I'm like, Jesus this, Jesus that.
Yeah.
Jesus saved me, whether people want to believe that or not. People say, you know, that must have been a demon that come to you and told you to carry on doing witchcraft. I don't really do that much witchcraft.
Yeah.
I do pentagrams because I need to detach an entity and perform an exorcism. So I'm going to send it through a portal to its own realm. That's not really witchcraft.
yeah.
But like your Christians, your religious are like, no, there's no way on earth. It's just another demon. But if it's just another demon, why are so many people healed? Why are so many people better?
Yeah.
If a demon's healing them through me, you know what I mean? It's
But even the
mad.
Bible talks about demons, and
Jesus was the first witch.
they kind of whitewash it where
Yeah,
it's not that. It's just
that's it.
God is love, and
You know, Jesus was performing miracles when he was in the tomb. Mary Magdalene took a group of people. She anointed them with herbs and oils and other elixirs. Top tier fucking witchcraft, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, it wasn't that. It was anything but.
This is one of the questions I wanted to ask you, and I really hate to sound dumb because I knew it sounded dumb when I wrote it down. You talk a lot about magic. What's the difference between your magic and, say, like the magic you see on Harry Potter? I know
a lot of Harry Potter's taken from real, like the symbols and like the names
the
of
Kabbalah
things
and
like
stuff. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of it may work. I've never watched Harry Potter, to be honest. I'm not
No?
a fan. No, it's not my type of thing because it's just like.
There's a lot of Christian
Yeah.
families who won't let their children watch Harry Potter because they say it's witchcraft,
It's
and it's like
awful. But I mean, with me, I don't influence anyone's intentions.
yeah.
It's strictly for good purposes and intentions. And even then, the majority of spell work that I do, it'll be like a soul cleanse. Some people will say that's magic because there's ritual magic involved in it. That's just boosting your immune system and clearing your energy and your chakras.
Right, yeah.
Or say you do a health spell. It's to boost your health, to help your body overcome certain things. Road opening spells help someone find a house. It's all just to speed up the timelines that we're existing in.
Right, okay.
I'm not manipulating anyone's intentions, their lives, because that is black magic.
Yeah.
You know, even if I did a love spell tomorrow and I went, I want to make, I don't know, some lad fall in love with me, you can do it.
Right, yeah.
Dead easy.
You were talking about this just before you arrived about...
Well, it was Shez that was saying it, saying to get Molly to tell me the spell for you to fall in love with me.
Oh, yeah, love spell.
He loves you anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, if you're manipulating someone's soul path because it might not be in their fate to fall in love with you, if you've done that, that's black magic. That's going to come back to haunt you at some point.
Right, okay.
So is the difference between black and white magic just the intention?
Yeah.
It's the same power,
That's it.
but it's
Yeah.
the intention.
So there's so
between
many
the two.
TikTok witches that are like, if someone's doing you bad, write your name on a piece of paper and put it in a shoe, which is a viral one. You've just elevated your soul above someone else. You've just set the intention that you're better than someone else in this universe.
Right.
The
So that's black
universe-
magic.
Yeah, the universe will take you down a peg because how dare you make out that you're better than anyone else.
Right, yeah.
And it's only the likes of your high elites that are working with demonics that don't get that type of comeback because they're protected by black magic.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like the elites, like Alex Jones, I don't know if you believe a lot of the stuff.
He's another one for me. There's no way he got into Bohemian Grove and he's still alive. I know he's been listed. I know he's had all this stuff and the comebacks off it, but I think you shouldn't be alive with the stuff that you've exposed.
Yeah.
He won't allow it.
Well, his family are all like CIA, and I think
Exactly.
his wife's Jewish and his kids are Jewish, and a lot of the stuff he says now, he won't blame Israel for things like the globalists.
He's under
without
the
saying it,
thumb.
so
I think when he
he's definitely got
started
something.
out, I think
Yeah.
he was a little bit of a rogue. But I think over time he's gone, oh, actually, no.
But he says-
strings are tight.
He says the government are communicating with entities in a different
Yeah,
dimension
they are aliens.
through
NASA have come
DMT.
out and said that as
So
well.
do you think aliens are the same as demons?
No,
just in a
totally
completely different?
different entities. You get
Yeah.
bad aliens, you get good aliens.
So do you think demons are all bad? There's no demonic realm where there's good
No.
demons?
Jinn. You can get good and bad jinn.
Yeah,
They can choose what they want to be.
yeah.
They're more conscious than demons anyway.
Have you ever experienced any jinn?
Yeah, I deal with jinn all the time. They're so
Yeah.
aggressive, so clever. because they're just the way we have, what's the word, consciousness. They're conscious. So like if I put a salt pentagram down, that salt barrier's not going to stop it coming back up. I'll just get attacked. So I have to use a string one to be careful and make sure I can shut it down properly and block it out. They're becoming more and more popular, Jen, as well, which I don't understand why, but I think it is something to do with all the shit that's going on in the Middle East.
Yeah.
They're starting, the elites are starting to work with different entities as well.
Well, they're going around destroying ancient buildings.
Well, that sort of thing
there's
as
something
well.
weird about that.
Yeah.
Like they've had ISIS, who are supposed to be Islamic, which whether they are or aren't is another thing. But they're destroying they're saying you can't worship these things, and they're destroying all the ancient world.
Yeah.
And there must be some deliberate reason why they're doing that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of information. You look back at like ancient Sumeria and stuff like that, all of that. You know, there's so much more truth in that than any religion and stuff. But I think they want to destroy anything that could give anyone a little bit of information or power in any way.
Or keep it to themselves if they don't destroy it. Keep the information away from people.
But a lot of them places as well are portals.
Yeah.
Like the pyramids are built within a certain star line and stuff like that. Same with these ancient temples.
Yeah, I think that's why
and
Crowley
ancient
went there.
buildings.
Crowley supposed to have summoned a demon at the pyramids, and
Yeah.
he had a special access to it, which normal people can't go.
Yeah, but again, there was a lot of Freemasonry involved with that summoning as well, because the Freemasons worship a certain Stargate, don't they?
Yeah. Do you think that's only on a certain level of Freemason? Because you get normal business people.
Yeah, you've got to be really
There's
high
one
up.
over here.
Oh yeah, I
I can
can
say it's
imagine.
Freemasonry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boston,
you've
isn't
got to
it?
get to a real high ranking, or you've got to come from the bloodline. If you're not from the bloodline, they're always going to be suspicious of you anyway.
Right, yeah.
You know.
So do you think there's these bloodlines that run the world? There's like 13 families who
Yeah, I think
are
there's
above
more.
everything.
And I think the Rothschilds as well are just another psyop. I don't think it's anything to do with them.
Yeah.
They might have influence, they might have power, and yes, I understand that they were to do with the education system, but again, I do think there's someone behind them that's telling them what to do.
Yeah, but
as well.
maybe they're the bankers of the people above them
Yeah.
because they do control the money in the world, or they used to, whether they still do
Yeah.
now. And someone has to control the money.
It's BlackRock now, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the money doesn't really matter anyway because they can make as much as they want.
Well, that's it. They
It's a
can just-
number
they
on a
can just
screen.
fucking
Like,
print it out, can't they? It's all about
but it's the
what we're
distribution
doing.
of what the normal people can have
Yeah.
that has to be controlled. Because if everyone had just enough to not get by but have a nice life, there wouldn't be. They have to have.
That'd be communism, wouldn't it?
But they make communism the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Most people don't know what communism is.
No, exactly.
Like commies. We have to go and invade countries because they're going to be communists with no knowledge
How
of
dare
it.
they
like-
have a nice life?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
Like I'm more socialist or democratic socialist than communist, but they try and scare people with if you've got socialist intentions, it will turn into communism. And the countries where it is, it doesn't work. But it doesn't work because of sanctions from like
Different
America.
countries and stuff like that, yeah.
They sanction them, so there is no money left
There's
for
no
the people.
trade then,
No,
yeah,
if
so
you
you
left
can't make
like
money.
Venezuela alone or Iran alone to sell their oil to whoever they want,
They'd be fine.
they'd be fine.
Yeah.
And the system would work.
Mm-hmm.
And then in these countries that are capitalist, they'd say they're all having good lives. They're having free education. You get married, you get a house, interest-free loans. Because interest kills people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're working to pay off interest, and now where it's cashless, your £100, 2% of it goes to the bank.
Yeah.
And then so they've got £98, they go and spend it, they've got £96. And it's money disappearing, whereas cash is always the £100 that's being passed
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
And they control people by taking the money out from the main society. And then they'll say, oh, it's the immigrants with the 5-star hotels. And they're taking all your
And
money.
they're rubber dinghies.
But we've got money for war. We've got money to go to Ukraine every month or every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
If you've got money for war, you've got money for your society to
To live.
live and live a nice life.
Yeah, not in poverty.
And if they see a country where people are having a nice life, they don't want your citizens to be looking over there like,
No, exactly.
why can't we have that?
I think we need to do what France did once and just eat them. Eat the rich.
The only thing you can do is a
Revolt.
revolution.
Well, yeah. Again, that division is to stop it, isn't it?
Yeah, the division and the numb people down where
Yeah.
you're all right, and you think,
You can just get by.
Yeah.
You're struggling, but you can just get by. And there's
And
worse
if-
people than us. And,
Exactly.
You know, and we're that busy, we're that stressed, we've got to work tomorrow. You know, we're not doing anything about it.
no.
And we won't.
And if you do, they close people's bank accounts now, and you think,
Exactly.
if I say anything, how do I pay my mortgage next month?
Exactly.
It doesn't affect me personally.
So we may as well just carry
And
on.
that's how it will carry on till there'll be a breaking point at some point in the future.
Hopefully in about
soon.
28
Yeah.
years.
But we'll have to come.
Yeah.
But
And it's going to get a lot worse before it gets
Oh,
better
yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
A hell of a lot worse.
I think the people at the top are expecting the end of the world.
Oh,
Because
yeah. That's just
that's
they're
what they
waiting
want.
for. Yeah,
the death cults that are trying to get us to the point, and they're making a point of making the prophecy come true.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the prophecy was sealed and no one had read it, they wouldn't be pushing for it. They're trying
Yeah.
everything they can do to bring it about. And then when it happens and it's not the end of the world and people carry
Yeah,
on,
well, this
what
is
do you
it.
do?
This is it.
And someone high enough up needs to put a stop to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how you get that high up.
They wouldn't let you get that high up. with
You'd
that
have to
attention.
somehow con yourself and
And they're
pretend
not
to be part of
soft.
them and
Yeah.
do everything they did. And then when the videos of you come out, you'd have to say, I did it to get here.
Yeah. Yeah. But then
Because they won't let you that high
the
up.
public are that fickle.
They are.
You'd all just turn on you anyway.
They are. And that's the problem.
It's sad.
Because they own all the newspapers. You'd be in, not that newspapers are anything as powerful as they were, but online.
Your media, your
Yeah,
social
it would be
media,
like,
your
oh,
TV.
he did this, he did that. And people wouldn't care that your message was saving them.
No, exactly.
It would be, even if he cheated on his wife or he met with a terrorist once, like Jeremy Corbyn spoke to the IRA and
Yeah.
they were like, he's a terrorist. It's like,
That's all they brought up when he was running, weren't it? That's what they
terrorist
thought
or
about it.
anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people just had them words in their head. No one really looked into it. And I'd see people writing about him like, we can't let him go to power. And I'm thinking, you know nothing about him.
No, he's
None of his
invisible.
policies.
But then again, I look at him and I think, but are you who you say you are? Because how are you even there in the first place?
I think they thought he was harmless.
Yeah, I think that as well.
Like
They
when he
realised
when he
what he
became
could
Labour
teach
leader,
us.
they had like a contest to become Labour leader, and they just let him in because he's just Jeremy in the jumper,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he won.
law
And he had
was
like
And then he started
a
taking
landslide
things
of like,
into his hands.
and there were like singers who'd bring him on stage, and
Yeah.
he had a really big movement, and they
Yeah.
panicked, and you can see the panic when it was like, oh no, we have to turn on this person who's a good person.
Yeah.
He seems like they pick on his clothes. Why aren't you wearing a suit? He's like, oh, my mum knitted me this jumper. And they pick on him for absolutely everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think they were worried. I think he had them slightly worried.
they create a narrative, don't they? And then
Yeah.
the public goes, oh, well, that's true then, isn't it?
And that's all you'll hear. Oh, no, he can't come to power. He's an anti-Semite. And even if you were an anti-Semite, if the rest of the world benefits from it, like, maybe that's how it has to be for a
But
bit.
we're not a
Like,
Jewish country, so.
I know we're not. We're not even really a Christian country.
No,
It's
we're
like,
not.
you celebrate Christmas, doesn't make you a Christian. Like,
No.
it's a pagan holiday anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly. It's a fucked up holiday.
it is. Go
And
on.
men coming in your house and that.
Go and sit on an old man's lap and ask him for presents.
I'm just there for the turkey.
Failure, isn't it, at the end of the day?
And they say, like, what British culture is. No one knows British culture is.
Fucking
They're
roast
taking
dinner
up-
or a chippy. And even then, a chippy is run by Chinese people, love.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Crazy.
What? Did you want to ask some questions that we've
Can do.
honestly when we've spoken to people about you coming on, everyone's gone nuts about it. Like,
I do tend to get a very strong reaction,
I was
whether
going to
it's
say,
positive or
everyone,
negative.
oh yeah,
I feel
very
strong.
positive. The amount of people that, like, I was at work last night, and I was just telling customers and that were coming in, like, we're interviewing you tomorrow. We've got to. Everyone's coming up to me with questions. Like, ask her this, ask her that. I was like, yeah, I didn't know anything about you until Sheridan obviously told me.
Yeah.
Someone put you onto it, didn't he?
Yeah, one of my best friends, like, watches all your podcasts.
I will tell him,
Um,
so thank you.
She loves you.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Tell
yeah,
us,
she.
tell us, thank you.
Yep, she-
Everyone loves you. Like, honestly, like, everyone that we speak to about you absolutely loves you.
Oh, no, I love that.
She's
I
from
love that.
Birkenhead, so she's like, you can trust.
Oh, is
Scousers
she?
and, like-
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah.
Well, I would rob your sock. No, I get fucking terrorised on the internet, like, but it's all engagement at the end.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
well,
day,
this
isn't
is
it?
it, yeah,
Fucking-
you
the
get
more
your message
controversial
out.
you are, the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just said to him, don't let me read the comments. I can't deal with
No,
comments.
Sheridan's not allowed to
they
do
used to
social
wind
media.
me up really bad, and now I'm just like,
Yeah, well, yeah.
hot
yeah.
assassin,
I'd be finding the names and going to the door.
Well, like you said before, you're gonna get it regardless, aren't you? So you may as well just say it.
And half of them are bots anyway. They're not
Yeah.
even real people.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
it.
that's it.
So one of the first ones, going off the topic you were just having, what do you think the purpose of religious fear taught by certain church figures?
It's so we all live in shame, and we all live in fear, and that's a very low vibrational emotion and vibration to be in. And if you're living in fear and, oh my God, have I done this right? Did I do this? You know, does God love me? Oh my God, I might go to hell. You're constantly going to be on edge. And if you're on edge, you're easily controlled. You're a consumer. You'll do as you're told because you can't think independently because you're constantly going, oh my God, but God's going to hate me.
Yeah.
It's about keeping the vibrations
It's keeping
low.
you controllable.
Yeah. Can you have a demon attached to you and not know it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people will have very, very vague symptoms. So they will get intrusive thoughts, but it'll be in their voice. So they'll be like, oh, my mental
Yeah.
health struggling, high anxiety, not sleeping. They can put that down to stress. They're feeling exhausted. Again, can be put down to a lot of different things. Unexplained bruises. Oh, I just didn't realise I've done it. It's only really when your physical health goes, and it takes many, many years for your physical health to start taking a knock as well, depending on what type of entity you have. And the doctors will turn around to you and go, we don't know what's wrong with you. We're going to diagnose you with an autoimmune disorder, a mental health disorder, schizophrenia, when actually it's not.
Yeah.
It's because you've got an entity.
So do you think a lot of depression could be there's an entity?
A lot of mental health.
I think 75% of your mental health conditions are all caused by entities and
Yeah,
society.
because depression
and the way
can
we live.
feel like a shadow over you anyway, like just holding you back from
Absolutely.
doing things.
Yeah.
Another one about like possession and stuff. When the eyes go black, does that mean they've been possessed? Is that kind of a
Pretty much.
sign? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I noticed in a lot of the other podcasts you've done, you mentioned, especially with the bloke you did DMT with, how he went into a realm and you were talking through it. He said he's seen bright lights like Las Vegas or something.
And
Yeah,
you'd
he
gone
went down
about
to the
the
casinos.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clowns in the box, get in the box.
Yeah.
You're being
Yeah.
taken to a different realm there. You're going to be bundled up with something in that box and released back on Earth to cause havoc.
Right, okay, yeah.
Which he
yeah.
did.
So when he comes back to, he's got the demon with him
And that demon's obviously detached the minute it's been in my living room.
yeah.
But the minute he's gone to walk out the door, it's gone, no, I'm going to stay here because I've got a bone to pick with this bitch.
Yeah, well, it was very interesting, actually. The one we watched last night,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I was really interested in the whole, you said someone grabbed your foot and was shaking your foot
Yeah.
One of my
back.
guides.
Yeah.
So I was just lying in bed, and like I say, these concrete wings, they're huge. They're bigger than them lights.
Right, yeah.
And I paid some fella to come in and drill them in the wall. Not good as DIY. So I know they were on there. They were solid. There's
Yeah.
no way they were coming off. And like I say, I'm lying in bed after he'd left. Early hours of the morning, my daughter's lying next to me and something just shakes me awake. And I sat up with this fear, this panic, this oh my... And it wasn't because something had grabbed me.
Right.
I was just like, oh my God, no, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And I just went like that. And it just started peeling. So obviously I'm down the bottom of the bed. I've moved the baby before it's landed on the bed and smashed the pieces. But it shouldn't have smashed
Right, yeah.
as well. Neither. Because
Especially falling on a bed.
it's
like,
landed on 2 pillows each side and a mattress. It shouldn't have, but it still did.
wow.
It's just the force. that
So
it
was
being
this
pushed
before you'd
down
had the
with.
demon removed?
No, this is after.
After? And
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
still
yeah.
happening?
Yeah, this was a couple of years later. I was dealing. He was a client that
Yeah.
came to me that wanted
Right,
to
so
do
it was his-
DMT. And he's obviously been through a lot of struggles. I've known him for years. And he said, yeah, I'm going to do DMT. Will you do it with me just in case I have a bad trip? Which he
Yeah.
did. He went to Las Vegas. But again, because he's still quite conscious and coherent, and I'm saying to him, don't do that. You don't want to go down there because you're going to be taken to the lower realms. You are going to end up in a bad place. And he's like, well, I want to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what a fucking suit yourself then.
Is that, so would that be for like financial gain or power or?
I think that person wasn't a particularly nice soul for, not necessarily, might not have been like that. He could have all kinds of conditioning. He could have had his own trauma that's made him think and feel and be a certain way.
Right.
But when you are low vibrational like that, you're just food for them to manipulate
Yeah,
and use, and
yeah.
that's all that's happened.
So do the demons prefer to be in our realm?
No, not necessarily. Not
Are
necessarily.
they doing it just to hurt people?
But
when they come in here.
not even to hurt us. They feed off our energy.
Yeah.
They want food. They're just hungry.
And then will they go back when they've had enough, or is it just till you
No, because
like,
there's so many food sources here.
Yeah.
They can just exist in their realm. Whereas here, if they want to develop some kind of consciousness, like certain entities, especially demons, are so funny.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking comedians, but they won't develop that human. They won't develop those human traits without feeding off us.
Yeah.
And they want to be like us because we're seen in a higher stead than them in some way, shape, or form. But even then, I think we live on hell. I think this is hell.
Yeah, you said that in another podcast that this is the hell realm, and
well, there's people that think we're in. Do you know the little season?
Sorry.
The little season, it's called, where Jesus was supposed to reign for however many years he was going to reign. Then the devil would reign for 1,000 years. And there's people that think Jesus did because they were expecting Jesus to come back within their lifetimes when he was.
Yeah.
So they say he did come back. He's had his reign, and now we're in the little season, which the devil,
the
Satan,
devil's realm.
and that's what we're in at the minute. And then when Jesus returns at some point, that's when the end of the world and all this.
We'll have the rapture
Yeah,
and all
but
that.
they say we're in the season where the devil is running the world, and this is
I
basically
mean,
how.
it would make sense.
Yeah.
But then you look back to even Jesus's time, it was horrific then,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah,
You know. So I just think, if the Bible story is true and the devil got cast down, what realm did they cast him to? This one.
well, the devil's supposed to be on earth.
Well, yeah.
Like he doesn't go to hell till the end of the
No,
world.
exactly.
He's thrown into a fiery lake.
But then I'm like, so God knows that He's sent the devil down here, so He decides, I know I'm going to send all my gorgeous human creations down there to be tainted by the devil.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the God,
Here's the fucking thought process behind that.
yeah, makes no sense.
the God in the Old Testament's not a nice person.
Well,
Like
no,
he's evil.
he
He's
is,
jealous.
yeah,
he's like vindictive. And then the New Testament one completely changes him.
Yeah, you know, he's like a lovely fucking arm man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the one from the Old Testament is Yahweh, who was, I think he was a storm god at the start.
All your new
They were
ages
like
are obsessed with this
Yeah.
Yahweh because apparently that's Jesus in a different language, and I've gone, well, why is that connected to a god?
Well, they say Jesus is God, so
Well,
he has to be
But I
Yahweh.
feel like people are trying to connect dots that don't connect with it as well, in a desperate sense to go, well,
yeah,
my theory is right.
makes sense a bit.
But there were lots of different gods at that time. So there was Yahweh, there was Baal, however you pronounce it.
Baal, yeah, that's what the Freemasons
There's
worship.
like Moloch,
And
who they
Moloch, I think Trump's Moloch reincarnated, but
well, that's what they do at Bohemian Grove, isn't it? The owl god. And they say this Yahweh was just one of many gods, and he wasn't a particularly powerful one. And he's been the one that they've pushed through this.
but why?
Who knows? It's all control at the end of the day.
This is it. All the information that we get fed is designed.
And like, if you look in the Old Testament, like they talk about Moses, there's like no evidence of an exodus from Egypt, which would be archaeological stuff from
Yeah.
that many people crossing.
Yeah.
And the name Moses from his time, it wasn't a name that was used at the time.
No.
There's no one else ever called Moses. It would be like writing a book on Victoria times, and
Well, yeah.
the main
or
character
even
was called
like-
Shaniqua. It wouldn't fit. So Moses doesn't fit in the time he's supposed to be
No,
from.
it's the same with the disciples and that, and I just
Yeah.
go, yeah, Matthew in Palestine, love,
Yeah.
sounds. You know what I mean?
They're like anglicized names where,
This is me thing, but people just don't think. They just go, oh wow,
yeah, and they've seen.
you lived in Palestine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna believe that.
I mean, you could go through all the books and pick them apart.
Yeah,
And
you
that's why
could.
I can't believe. So if there was
Yeah.
a God, he could easily make it so everyone knows. And if he wants everyone to live a nice life, make yourself known to
Yeah,
people.
tell us, love.
And everyone would.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
don't have a book thousands of years ago that's very dodgy. It's on very dodgy ground.
Yeah.
And expect people to just give their life
Exactly.
on the evidence of other people. They change the history as you live in it. Like
Yeah.
COVID, they change it.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're living through it.
Yeah,
And in 100 years, the official narrative will be what is in all the books.
yeah, exactly.
And
I
if
mean-
they do that with the internet, imagine what they did years ago
With the books, with
when-
the
yeah.
text, with the people that
when they
that
can
are
actually
paid and
destroy
told
the
what
books.
to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's one of them for me. If religion works for you and it's what helps you and benefits you, fantastic.
Yeah.
As long as you're not using that to harm other people, which the majority of religious people do. And I'm talking about Christians and Catholics. I'm not even talking about Muslims, because they don't do it neither. Muslims are so accepting of the fact that what I do, that I'm a witch, that I perform exorcisms.
Well,
they
there's
call
exorcists
it
in
Ruqyah.
Islam. There's like,
Yeah, they call it Ruqyah, don't they? But again, they respect me, whereas your Christians are like, no, you need burn, and like, we're
they
going to
have
kill you and
exorcists.
everything.
There's Catholic exorcists. There's Jewish
Yeah, but
with the dibble.
they're only allowed to do it, you see, because they've been trained and they're men of God, and they've had ritualistic magic put into them.
But it is magic.
It is magic, exactly.
But does it make a difference knowing the demon's name? Like the Catholic one is, like, if you say the name, you can get.
Makes no difference. I mean, don't get me wrong. 90% of the time when I'm performing an exorcism, I'll know who it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether
But it
that's
doesn't matter
because
if you
I've
don't.
studied them.
Yeah.
I don't need its name to detach it.
So is your form of exorcism different than the Catholic version, the Muslim version?
Yeah. So I use a pentagram.
Yeah.
And I have to unwind the auric fields. I use certain herbs that are burn that basically start disintegrating and weakening the entity.
Yeah.
And then I step one foot into the pentagram. I say a Latin chant, place my finger over the third eye, and it will begin to break away from whatever.
Why is it Latin? Is there
You
some
can use
particular reason?
English. You can use English, but it takes longer.
Yeah.
I found if I could speak Arabic, it would probably happen like that.
Yeah.
But they just
Because some
tend
words
to
don't
respect
translate
it.
straight anyway, do
No,
they?
they
So
don't.
they're like,
The
it'd be
words
three
that
words
I
to say
use
one.
are basically demon leave now. You are no longer welcome.
Yeah.
Because for a demon to attach, it has been welcomed. By the way, someone has given permission.
Yeah.
Whether you've meant to or not is a different story. But when you remove that permission, it has to leave.
go.
Yeah. And because you've got a portal open to its dimension that's drawing.
So are
it
they
down.
ruled by some sort of god themselves, where there's rules for them? Like,
So I would look at it as if, like, I'd say Satan was their ruler. The devil, you know, the darker entities, the darker gods.
yeah. I mean, Satan from the Bible's not what we think of.
No,
Satan,
it's
'cause
not. But the likes of, say, like Moloch
there might be
and
a higher
things
god.
like that, they will be residing over them and presiding over them.
Do you think that's the one all these elites worship? Like,
Not just one. I think they use all of the different ones for different purposes, because certain entities will have and gods will have different strengths and weaknesses.
so do you think there's multiple gods in that world?
In
There's
the
like-
dark
yeah.
world, yeah.
Which is what the elites do. They have their
Yeah.
own different gods,
Yeah.
but they'll like put it in, like, have you seen Balenciaga?
Yeah.
They'll have their adverts and they'll misspell it. It'll be BAAL.
Yeah.
So it's Balenciaga, and
Yeah.
they've got a lot of weird stuff with
They did
kids
the
and, like,
pornography
yeah.
and the paedophilia on their advertisements, and everyone went, oh yeah, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
She
and-
wears it, let's
but they
carry
still
on.
wear it,
Yeah,
even when
they
it's come
do.
out.
Because they're all involved
Like-
in it. Fucking Kim Kardashian's got her own church, love, that says it all.
Do you think she's a witch? I've heard people say she's like her family.
I reckon,
It's a family.
I
of
reckon,
witches.
what's the mother called?
Kris
Chris.
Jenner.
I'm not that clued up on them. I think she was a witch because she come from Nottingham, didn't she? Ended up in a really
Yeah.
tight marriage.
She looks about 20 now.
Yeah,
She's
but he's
like
ended up dying. He got killed off, mate.
Yeah.
He got killed off. She had to
O.J.
sacrifice
Simpson's
him.
lawyer. It was Robert Kardashian.
Yeah. He got killed off, and she's just snowballed it since then, and she's just kept sacrificing.
And all her kids have become billionaires.
That's what I
When
mean.
Kylie, the youngest
Billionaire.
billionaire,
But this is why Kanye's losing his shit now, because he's brought kids into this, and he's done
Yeah.
it willingly.
yeah,
And now he's gone, shit, I give my man up for this, and now I've sacrificed my kids, and I've got no power over it.
yeah.
But I think he's a clever man, Kanye.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Like, you're
he's-
brilliant, Kanye, aren't you?
He
I
did
was.
everything he could to get out of his contracts.
Yeah.
It's only this weird shit that he's coming out with now about Adolf Hitler and all that. Like,
Yeah, when you bring it up,
you've got to take some things with a pinch of salt, but
Yeah.
I do think a lot of what he says is very true.
I was very supportive of Kanye for a lot of it. Recently, like with the Israel-Palestine thing going on, he made a comment about, I've got my own Jewish problems, I'm not bothered about that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a bit okay, but leave him to it. And then more recently, he said something about all the people with Palestinian flags don't know what they're doing. And I think either someone's got to him and said it, or
Yeah.
just stay out of that. Like, you've got a lot of people looking up to you because you've
In
stood up.
what sense did he say, I've got my own Jewish problems? Because don't forget, Hollywood's ran by Jews. So
That's what he's talking about.
unless they're putting
The ones who were
pressure on him-
taking all his money and
Yeah.
closed his bank
Yeah,
account.
yeah.
Said, I'm not bothered about what they do.
He's got his
I've
own
got my own
issues
problem with
them,
Jews.
and
Not,
then he's
it's
come out
nothing
with
to
that
do with
about
the Israel
Palestine.
thing. And I
Speaks
think
volumes, doesn't it?
a lot of people look up to him because he stood up to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be like, yeah, he's speaking for me. And when you close them down,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's right.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
like,
I
I've
agree.
supported Kanye through everything he was like. I think he's a brilliant
Ever since I've
musician.
known you,
Yeah.
you've been Kanye heavy. Yeah.
But
I
I
do
can
think-
turn on someone who goes that way just
Yeah.
for either financial or pressure.
But I do think he probably wants to save his life, and he's very close to being took out at this point
Yeah.
as well, isn't he?
I mean, some things are worth dying for if you like.
Yeah, but
If
if
you-
you've got 3 kids still stuck in a cult,
I mean, he's put up recently all the people who've turned on him. Have you
Yeah, I've seen
and he
that,
put his
yeah.
daughter in there.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
12, I think.
yeah. But if you see
Is that
way
the
she's
one?
dressed-
I was going to say, yeah.
Northwest.
This is
Yeah.
another thing as well. If you look at where they christen their kids, the clothes that they wear when they christen them, and stuff like that, it's all ritualistic. They're all wearing black. Why are you wearing black?
Yeah.
Why do all like the
Well,
majority of
he's
American
dressed in like a
Hollywood-
black KKK outfit.
Yeah,
But it looks like a weird wizard kind
yeah.
of thing.
But again, all
And-
your celebrities as well, they all go over to Israel to get baptized, don't they?
They all kiss
Right.
the wall.
Yeah.
And they
Like,
all
if
kiss
there's
the
anyone
wall,
pictured
whether they're
kissing that
Jewish or
wall,
not.
Check their hard drive because
Yeah.
there's something on there. I don't trust anyone who go.
No.
Don't trust people who go there on a free trip.
No,
Like, there's no need to go there.
no, it's crazy.
If you go there, go to Iran, go to Syria, go to the mall.
Yeah.
Don't
Love
kiss
to
the
go to
wall.
Syria. I'd love to
Yeah.
go.
It was supposed to be nice at one point. I don't know
So I'd
how
love
it
to go
is
to
now.
Yemen as well. That's another
They're the
thing.
only ones who are standing up for
I know.
the world, like
I know.
a small country.
I know. It's sad. Up the Houthis.
Yeah, definitely. You're like, we promise not to talk about.
Before we
like-
think it, I was like,
Sorry.
Sheridan, we are very strict for not talking about politics, about the.
This is a conspiracy theory show. That is one big conspiracy. Anyway.
No, yeah,
They
absolutely,
all
yeah,
lead
yeah.
back to the same place in general.
This is the thing. It's like, where's
Like,
Wally?
so you can go to a certain point, and if you don't want to cross into that, everyone 9/11, JFK,
Yeah,
who's ruling you, who's banking, everything leads back to the same place.
absolutely.
And there's probably people above them who don't care what goes on in the world. They're
No, as long
They're
as
on their
they're
own
getting
level,
paid,
but-
they've got what they need. And
It does need to be talked about, like,
but the more people who speak up about it, the more it becomes normal.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And then you might
can't
get to
all be
one person.
anti-Semitic now. Love.
But at some point, it's their behavior that's causing it. Like, behave like normal people of the world.
Just have a bit of empathy, love.
Exactly.
We don't want to kill kids.
I think when you're brought up thinking you're better than someone, you'll always think it's
Yeah, you will.
deeply entrenched, and some of them you can't get through to. I've seen interviews with them.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could say to them. And it angers me because I think you should
But I think
batter
people
them.
like that have got no soul.
They haven't.
You can't have a soul and not learn and not understand and be that selfish. You just can't.
Well, they think they're going to heaven anyway just for believing.
Yeah,
And
love.
all the goyim are going to like be your slaves. We'll have 10 goyim each. And
Just touching on, do you believe there's a heaven and a hell? With your
I believe there are different dimensions. I wouldn't call them heaven and hell. Heaven is what I would call the 5th dimension, which
Right.
is, where you return to true soul form.
right, yeah,
Your 4th dimension is where you'll
is that when
see-
you die?
Yeah.
You think?
Your 4th dimension is where you'll see your spirit guides, angels, certain gods and goddesses that work with humanity to help us or, teach us things. 3rd dimension is where we are right now. The human realm. 2nd dimension, your demonic realm. 1st dimension is where you will get your soulless, unconscious entities. So think mimic spirits and stuff like that.
Right.
But your alien star systems, they're nothing to do with our realms, I don't find.
right, yeah.
If anything, I'd say maybe the 6th and 7th, which are included in the Quran. They're where I would say, yeah, that's where your aliens are coming from. But like I say, like there's good and bad humans, there's good and bad aliens as well. Whether they
Yeah.
reside on the same dimension, I'm not sure, because a lot of them do look very similar. Unless you're looking at greys are innately bad.
Right, okay.
There's some
Heaven,
people who think
hell.
greys are our ultimate our ultimate evolution is humans will turn into greys at some point in the future.
They're the most ugliest, shortest, least
Hey,
powerful
take a pod
aliens.
around here,
there
we'll
is.
see.
There's loads of greys.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Liverpool, mate. But no, like there is some real beautiful entities that I would call aliens that look very different. They have eyes, they have ears, but they're all weird.
I mean, there were tall ones, weren't there? They were like giants of the Bible, were like
super
really tall.
They're the
Is it the
nice
Nordics?
ones.
They had
Yeah,
beards and like.
yeah.
Just for
Because there were
anyone,
giants in the Bible.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just for anyone listening that doesn't think what a graze.
It's an alien.
he's the average alien you see on pictures. With
Yeah.
the big head, short body.
They tend to do all of the interfering with humans.
Right.
They're the ones abducting you, placing implants in you, stuff like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And you know when they're flying over as well,
Right.
because it
yeah.
sounds like a plane's coming over and then it'll stop suddenly and go silent.
There's some people who can summon orbs. Have you seen? Are orbs like aliens, demons?
I think some of them are aliens,
Yeah.
but I do think some of them are just entities as well.
Yeah.
But have you noticed as well, it tends to be really close to water where we
Yeah,
get
there's-
most of the activity.
But there's a guy, Chris Bledsoe, he's been on podcasts and he's taken them out there and summoned them, and
I
orbs
think he
appear.
was on James English, actually. I think
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of his. Yeah.
I saw him on Danny Jones, and he didn't believe it really, and he said he went out with him again near the ocean, and he said within 15 minutes
They were there.
they were there,
Yeah.
and like, how
I
are you
think there's
summoning these
so
things?
much that goes on this earth. I do think there's something under the water.
Absolutely.
100%.
You seen that video recently that's gone up with the Hellfire missile?
Yeah, they shoot the UAV.
Oh, yeah.
Not talking into the mic.
Yeah, the Hellfire missile where it hits the UFO, it goes down into the water.
And then all the pipes ends up cut, don't they?
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
But
Very
again,
strange.
I don't trust what the government release. There's a
No.
reason for them releasing it now and
Yeah.
what they release, and
If any, and I think they'll just do a hologram of them coming to Earth and it'll make
Yeah.
everyone panic and go, oh my God, we must trust the government because they're going to save us.
because no one should trust the government.
No, should they fuck?
There's nothing they say that you take at face value.
They've just tried to
Like-
kill everyone with COVID. Like, are we really honestly still going, yeah, I love you, I love my government.
And it's brushed under the carpet. They admit the vaccine does bad things to you. Don't know if you're allowed to say vaccine on YouTube, but
But they were trying to save us, you know.
Beep it out.
had the vaccine.
I did have the vaccine.
You had one.
I had one but to get out of work early. That's all it
To
was.
get
If
us
you
away.
remember, yeah,
This is
yeah.
the thing, they did it like that to make people
Yeah, give you an
you
incentive
can
to
go
go
on
and do
holiday,
it.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I had a holiday booked, and it was like, what do you do? Like,
I lost
Florida,
my
wasn't
job
it?
as a,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
blood nurse in the NHS over it because I refused to take it.
Well,
Like,
that's
Yeah.
what made you have it.
Yeah,
wasn't
so
it?
we
You were
got
like,
told we
"I'm not
couldn't work
having
on the doors or
Yeah,
do any security like that unless we had the vaccine
People
and
have got
the
it in
passport.
with them.
Yeah, this is it.
okay.
When you're running a business, it's
If it
like,
means injuring your body to pay for your kids so they can eat.
oh yeah,
what do you do?
absolutely. Well, my mate had the vaccine, didn't he?
Yeah.
And a few years later, he's ended up in hospital. He's same age as me, 28. Ended up in hospital, heart attack.
Yeah, that happened to my
Like-
mate. She's got all
Yeah.
kinds of like arterial fibrillation.
Yeah.
Fucked.
This is it. Like for young people, shouldn't be having heart attacks.
Well, it's now that we're seeing the effects of it.
And I
all.
don't think we even know the full effects neither. I
No.
think
Do
within
we
the
all?
next 25 years, we're going to
Oh,
see
yeah.
all kinds of birth defects and shit that comes out about.
Have they made
Again,
a vaccine in a year?
Exactly, but I think.
but you
half
can't
of
sue
it's-
them if anything goes wrong.
No.
They're immune from being sued.
That's it,
Like,
and I think as well, this our fertility rates are something to do with that as
Oh,
well.
100.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so another thing I wanted to ask you about was the demonic face syndrome. Just how that comes about. Is it common? You
It's
know?
quite common at the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was during COVID that it came out. I mean, I don't know whether it's anything to do with what was in the vaccine that was making people see them, but more and more people were being diagnosed with this syndrome where people's faces completely warp,
Yeah.
their bodies warp, and they change into an entity. They call it demon face syndrome because demons are the most well known. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are seeing shapeshifters as well because shapeshifters look like me and you, walk around, act like us,
Yeah.
buy things, go into coffee shops. They act totally human, but there's nothing behind the suit.
is that different to the mimic ones? You
Yeah.
said? Completely
Yeah,
different.
shapeshifters are basically more stronger, more powerful. Your mimic spirits are quite small balls of energy that can twist into something, whereas a shapeshifter can take on any form it wants. If it wants to be a
Yeah.
bottle, it'll be a bottle. Whereas a mimic spirit has to study, if you like.
So the mimic has to have seen the person it's mimicking.
Yeah, whereas
and
shapeshifters have that innate knowledge. They know what exists within the universe and they can change their bodies into whatever they want to be.
So with what we were talking about before, with me hearing her talking, could that be a mimic?
I think
Yeah.
it's a mimic spirit, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And can, like, animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
we've
yeah.
got 2 dogs as well, and they.
Animals will pick up entities faster than people.
Yeah.
Because dogs less so, but again, because they see in black and
Yeah.
white, they can differentiate between life forms, cats are supposed to be the ones that are really on the ball with them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Demon patrol.
So when the cats are going for something, they might be seeing.
Yeah, so I mean, one of my cats is just not going on behind her eyes anyway. Like, she's stupid as fuck. But I had a black cat a couple of years before I moved into this house, and it would stare at the corner of the bedroom where I'd done the pentagram, where I'd done that thing. It would always stare to the left-hand side of me as well. So it was obviously seeing Belphegor attached to me.
Yeah.
But after that cat died, I had a few incidents as I'd helped. It was my mate's Tarzan with some alien interference, and I had aliens that were coming and not
Do
trying
the
to
aliens
abduct me.
interact with the demons, or are they completely?
Some of them will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them work together, yeah. But I kept having these aliens come over, and one particular night they were at the side of my bed and I was frozen, so they give me something, because that's what they do when you have sleep paralysis and stuff like that.
Right.
It is usually a demonic entity feeding off you or an alien coming to interfere. And I was being interfered with, and I felt a cat jump on me, and they disappeared. Now, this cat had been dead 2 years, but it was here, and I knew it was here. I felt her, you know what I mean, the way she used to walk and stuff like that. And it walked all over my body and then disappeared.
Right.
And I was like, that was stopping them from getting me.
Yeah,
Which was
protecting you.
you just wouldn't think. You think a fucking deceased cat, love, come on.
No, yeah,
But
no.
it happens, and I was like, wow.
But they say that with black cats as well, don't they?
She was a
They-
black cat. Yeah,
tend to pick
I've
it
just
up
got
more.
another black cat, and I think it's the devil
Same.
itself, love. I do. It's so feral, honestly. I swear, it better be the best demon hunter ever, and put this like aggression to good use, because it's crazy. Isn't
Can
it?
cats and dogs be possessed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done loads of exorcisms on dogs.
Well, there's that new horror film coming out, isn't there, where it's like from the dog's perspective.
see a
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how
Yeah,
that
I think
turns
it'll
out.
be
to
good.
be honest.
Dogs tend to act really, really anxiously. They'll yap, they'll bark, they'll squeal as well when they're under possession. I don't know whether anyone's ever seen the film Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
When the dog gets launched at the wall
Yeah.
and its eye comes out and stuff like that. I've seen that happen to a Labrador, so a big dog, in a house in Crosby that had been called out to clear, and this dog got lifted up, went into the bathroom, got lifted up over the bath and smashed into the tiles in front of us.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
And we were like, what the fuck? And the dog was squealing. It was horrific.
And is it the same process to get rid of a demon in?
Pretty
dog?
much. Yeah, I don't need a pentagram for that though.
Yeah. So do you need the dog held down, or
I need to touch it. I've got to put
Yeah.
my hands on it. Yeah.
are there any films that represent, the whole spiritual world in a really good way, or are they all just make believe?
I think a lot of the true stories, the likes of The House on Elm Street,
Yeah.
stuff like that, those real truths, don't get me wrong, they're dramatised, but there is a lot of truth in them.
Have you seen The Entity?
No, I can't watch telly, mate. It's
No.
all propaganda.
It's
isn't
like
it?
a 70s, 80s one, but it's supposed to be based on a true story of a woman who was being raped by a ghost.
Oh, yeah, that happens all the time. See people with stuff.
So they can physically do stuff to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She moved
like-
house. She thought it was the house, but it followed her to different houses.
Yeah,
Well, there's that
it
woman
is.
on this morning, weren't there? That didn't she marry a ghost or something?
No, people have
I'm
married
never
fucking
up at
train
that time.
stations.
Well,
never
yeah,
married
yeah,
people for
horses
doing
and that.
things. No, it's a very, very well known phenomena because your sexual energy is sacred. It's powerful, especially for women.
Right,
Don't
yeah.
forget, we are the closest to God. We are magic because we can create life. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong,
yeah,
we need
yeah.
a man. But you'll know because you smell a certain way.
Right,
After
okay.
you've had
Yeah,
that
yeah.
type of experience, you can smell them.
But does it feel like a human physically touching you, or is
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
Yeah, but more aggressively, you usually pins. You can't move.
yeah. That's how the film portrayed
Yeah,
it. Kind of.
yeah, it is. It's aggressive.
It was like a very controversial film at the time
Yeah, because it was probably true.
because they do put things in films in plain sight to like
Yeah, it's
tell
like
you
for
what's
Disney.
going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, it's all there, isn't it?
yeah.
So one of the door lads was saying to me last night, he wanted to know, do you live in any type of fear now about these elites, like coming after you, or
Yeah.
with you speaking out, obviously on
Is that why it
podcasts?
makes so much noise?
Basically,
Yeah.
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 I mean, up until I did the James English podcast, I was quite like, what's the word? Confident about it. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'll say what I've got to say. And
Yeah, yeah.
if I don't name names and I'm not specific, what can they do? And then when I did the James English podcast, I had this feeling that I was going to die. Like, with me, because I am quite psychic, I'll know when things are coming anyway. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, what's this trying to tell me? I had someone knock at my door all hours of the morning, a couple of nights on the run. It was a woman with dark hair that I know is involved with them because I've seen it before.
Right. Okay.
It obviously didn't answer the door. I was sat on the couch one night and the blinds were open, and I'd chosen that day to shut the blind that was on the front door so they could look into me living room, but the other two blinds were open. I've saw this woman walk up my back, knock on my door. It was midnight and I'm usually in bed by 9 o'clock as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's because I knew that that was going to happen. My car's being keyed. I got followed home from the farm where to keep my horse. Someone sat behind my car while I got out the car with my kids,
Right,
watched me walk in the house. It's all intimidation tactics.
Yeah.
But really, I get a lot more backlash from helping people out of cults than I do from the elites and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. From telling your
So
story.
I helped 2 women out of a local cult in Liverpool, and by the time I had been to see them at their home 10 minutes away from my house, within that 10 minutes something had entered my home, killed my birds, left 2
Saw this.
feet on each of my 2 pillars, still with the little ring, the identification ring on their feet. Birds eat up the stairs, the cage was crushed. It was horrific, but never found any birds' bodies. Never found any like feathers anywhere or bird poo or anything to see they'd struggled or maybe a cat had got them. These obviously, them feet had been placed perfectly. They weren't even lay down, they were upright.
Do you think this was a physical person? Or
No, I think it was a supernatural force.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because they work with these things, you know, they can send attacks anywhere.
So are
Yeah.
they religious cults, like based on like the Abrahamic religions, or is it a separate kind of?
So in this particular case, they were working with black magic. They were Satanists,
Yeah.
basically.
What do you think of the Church of Satan though? Because they don't worship
not
the
even
actual
bad.
devil.
It's not
No,
bad.
if you read the tenets,
It's actually
if I was
do
going to
no
find a
harm.
religion, it was the tenets of the Church of Satan.
Well,
seemed the most.
Yeah.
But is that a trick to get you in there? I've said it to someone else.
I don't think it is. But I think they put these little things out there that like you're worshipping Satan, but it's all good. But the baseline intention is there. You're still worshipping Satan.
Yeah.
But they don't believe in Satan as a. They've used it as a something to catch the attention. They've just picked Satan as the name, and their tenets are just like live a good life, be your own god, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but
then they got
again,
drummed in with Satanists, and there's a satanic panic in America for a while. And
yeah. I mean, you still get that now. Like, I do get a lot of messages from people who are part of that Church of Satan that are like, "We're not bad," and you know, how dare you speak on these things? And I'm like, that all well and good. I'm glad
them.
that you're living a good life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, why have you named it that?
yeah, there's a few different ones. There's like the Temple of Satan, the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
And there's probably ones that are undercover that
Yeah, more.
they're the
covert
real like
ones.
Satanists who
Yeah.
are worshipping a god, be it Moloch, Baal, or something else.
But again, I think there's power in naming it. That doesn't matter what you know your belief system is. The fact
Yeah.
that you've named it after that.
Yeah, there's something bad.
You could have just named it like the Nice Church of the Sun.
Yeah,
Why have we got to get Satan involved?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know? But I think as well, it dampens down the fear of the devil and the darkness and stuff by doing that.
Yeah. Do you think like is it I am affirmations and manifestation? Is that a kind of magic? Is it white magic? Is it black magic?
Manifestation is white magic.
Yeah.
Obviously, it depends what your intention is with everything.
Yeah.
I'm not that big on affirmations. I mean, I can't stand in the mirror and go, I am loved. I am beautiful. I'm not going to walk away and go, I feel loved and I feel beautiful, because I want something physical to back that up and confirm that to me. But manifestation is really easy once you understand the foundation
work?
laws. Oh, yeah.
I keep having someone telling me you need to start manifesting.
You need to
and
do
it's like-
instant manifestation.
yeah.
Forget
So
the
I
lot.
was gonna say-
I watched one of your podcasts, and
Yeah.
the next day went to work, and I was like, that space is going to be free. And I drove up the road, and it was free.
I
and
love
I'm like,
that.
yes.
I always say start with something simple like a car parking space, or, you know, that sort of thing, having an empty till when you go and do your shopping. Because once you have that belief, that's going to be for me.
Yeah.
The universe goes, all right, love, there you go. But the minute we have any sort of doubt or any sort of second guessing of, oh yeah, but it might be busy and it might be this and there would be, should be, the universe goes, oh, you don't want it then, do you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the same as like the power of prayer? Like, because people will pray. Christians will tell you their prayer worked, God listened.
Yeah.
Muslims will tell you their prayer worked.
But how
So-
many times are we praying for like kids with cancer and they still die from cancer?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But could you manifest that then? Like,
Would
if
you
could-
manifest cancer?
No, them to be cured from it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I mean, it's
So it's the same kind of part of your mind that's trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
Which is why it transcends all the different religions, kind of thing. So it's not the God of each book.
Yeah.
It's some frequency you're putting out there.
Yeah.
If you truly believe.
But then I see that as that power of prayer. You're praying to a middleman.
Yeah. If you're saying, please God, please. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think it's stronger to go, I command.
Because some of it's work. There's Christians who'll tell you they prayed and it's worked. And that's why they have the faith.
Yeah.
So it must be the same part of the brain that's
Yeah.
putting it out there, whether there's God or no God, or it's their God, it's someone else's God.
Yeah.
It's some sort of frequency you must be putting out to the universe, or
That creates that timeline
Yeah.
and brings it into
and
the...
bring. So it's the
to the
same
now.
part of you
Yeah.
giving it out.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I keep being told to do manifestations
Do it.
and like
Do a vision board, write it down, speak it out loud, and cement them beliefs. And believe me, you'll fly. We're manifesting
try it,
100,000
I'll try.
views on this podcast.
So, Brad, you wanted to talk about the shadow figures as well.
Yeah, so when I started looking into you on TikTok and just watching clips and that, a lot of my algorithm changed to be prepared if you study in witchcraft to see shadowy creatures and be prepared to see these figures everywhere in your life. Do you see any of that, or
So I see demons, I see aliens, the entities, shadow people.
that's it? Shadow people,
Shadow
yeah.
people are, I mean, when you open yourself up to anything otherworldly, to another dimension, to the idea of a universe that's not God, that's not religion, you are going to encounter the, even if you open yourself up to religion and God, you're going to encounter evil
Yeah,
to try and sway you. But shadow people are a different timeline existing
right, okay.
that we just come into contact with. It's like deja vu. It's quite similar to that. It's a phenomena that is, I don't know, maybe scientists can't explain it at this point. I know they can with quantum physics, but when we have a timeline, it's like that instant manifestation. So she's driving her car in another timeline. She's parked in that car parking space, but at some point these two timelines will collide.
Right, okay.
And that's when you'll witness what's happening on that timeline in your timeline at the same time.
Right,
So you
yeah,
see
yeah.
two different worlds exist.
and that's deja vu. Would you say?
No, so deja vu is a similar phenomena where before we come to Earth or before we're reincarnated, before we're born, we get a run through. We know what kind of fated twists and turns are going to come up in our path.
Yeah.
When we experience that deja vu, it's that soul remembrance of, actually, yeah, I am supposed to be here and this is going to happen next because I know.
Yeah,
I'd
we
read
can
something
never-
about your whole life. Say your memory is a hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole life is on there already.
Yeah.
So you're having future memories. It's like seeping back into you. Like you can pick up your past ones. We don't have the ability innately to pick up our future ones. And when you're having deja vu, it's a bit of your future ones seeping into where you are.
Possibly. Possibly, yeah. It's quite similar, really, isn't it? That theory.
Yeah.
Really. But again, this is another thing of just slightly off topic, the Akashic Records, have you heard of them?
I've never heard of them.
So loads of people rave on about them within the spiritual community, that there's this fucking, I don't know, big file in the sky that we can access all the past, present and future events that are going to happen for humanity. But no one ever predicts the future events, they're always predicting the past ones.
Yeah. Or even the predictions, the people try and make them happen.
Well, yeah.
That's the problem. So they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this was written in the Bible, but you're making it happen. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
just happened randomly if you'd never read the Bible.
Well, yeah, that's it. But for me, there's so many traps within the spiritual community, and that is one of them
Yeah, yeah.
as well. It's this past life, this, and you got to heal your past life. You got to do this with the past life because you're never going to flourish in this one. Like,
So do you believe in free will? Because if there is the future already planned, there is no free will.
to an extent, I do
Yeah.
believe we get to make choices.
Yeah.
But since studying astrology, since studying cardology, we haven't got that much free will.
Yeah, I don't believe in free will at all. I
I think at certain points we can go,
out.
like we get two or three options, and the universe knows what option we're going to take anyway.
Yeah, you were always going to pick that option.
And we're always
Like,
going to end up back at that point. You know what I mean?
So when you're going to die, you're going to die no matter
Oh yeah,
what.
there's no getting out of that.
Yeah.
That's
And I
fated.
think
You're
that's
like,
even in Islam. Like your
Yeah.
day of death is
Yeah.
pre-written, no matter what you do. I think they say you can come different ways to it, but
Yeah.
it's there. I think you go on the same path.
I think fate is fate. There's no interfering with it. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how powerful you are, what magic you can do. You cannot influence it.
Yeah,
in that way.
absolutely.
And what we like to do is a conspiracy of the week
Come on.
with our guests. So it's just a 5-minute chat. This one's about Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
And recently it's come out that a few days before his death, there was an online magazine called Jezebel that paid witches on Etsy to curse him.
Right.
His wife was apparently really worried about it. And then obviously what happened a few days later.
Did they ever say what the curse was?
No, but she paid them, I think, $50 on Etsy. Do you
Right.
think that kind of thing can happen?
So it's within the CIA files and the FBI files that were released that they have done a very similar thing to target politicians and political influencers.
Yeah.
And a lot of them people have had mysterious illnesses, dropped dead, died in accidents, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It is very real.
And that's with
Very
witches and black magic
Yeah.
kind of things.
I don't think Etsy witches are great. I don't think, people have paid anyone on Etsy because there's so many scammers on there, but they will have known
Yeah.
the right people to contact to get something done.
I mean, it's all very weird. Have you seen the conspiracy with the Snake Eyes movie?
No.
Where
That's
there was a movie,
minute.
a Nicolas Cage movie from like early
80s?
2000s.
Is that the one with Quentin Tarantino?
No,
And Salma Hayek?
No, that's Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good film. But Snake Eyes was a Nicolas Cage film. The beginning of the film, it's a boxing fight. There's a big poster. The boxer's name is Tyler the Executioner. The guy who shot him apparently is called Tyler. It's either September the 10th or September the 19th. People have changed it. Well,
Nice.
1 + 9 is 10 anyway. So it's September 10th, which was the day he died. They're in Storm Jezebel, which was the magazine that supposedly. The tagline of the film is "Don't believe what you see with your eyes." In the film, it's a political guy. I think he's a politician called Charles Kirkland,
Yeah.
who gets shot in the neck. And there's
yeah,
a
yeah,
load of things that are so coincidental.
But if you look at any sort of political incidents,
Yeah.
accidents, big world issue, it's always
Yeah.
been put in a book, it's always been put in a movie, or the Simpsons have predicted it
Simpsons
have done
10 years
everything.
before. Everything that happens is always orchestrated.
The problem with the
Without
Simpsons
doubt.
one, I think they've diluted it by making things up that they weren't in an episode.
Yeah.
So like the real ones get blown away with all the fake ones. Every incident they'll say, "Oh, this was in the Simpsons." It wasn't.
Yeah.
So they're like, but there are actual ones that have happened in it. But do you believe in the simulation at all, or
Do we
that
live in a simulation? Well, to a degree, yeah.
Yeah,
Simply from studying astrology, I go, yeah.
because I think that and
simulation.
like the numerology kind of stuff and gematria,
Yep,
that's more of a evidence of a simulation.
it is, yeah.
Rather than people are actually, the film in the 80s will make it happen.
I mean, numerology is the baseline language of the universe.
Yeah.
It is. And I think, but numbers equal some kinds of programming
Yeah, definitely.
as well.
I think some of the gematria people take it too far
Yeah.
because they're like every single number. They're like 16 is this number and it's 1 + 6 and it means that, and they flood you with nonsense.
Yeah.
Whereas like this can't be true, but there are things.
But
that
it's the same with everything.
happening.
People want to just put their own shit in, mixed in with it.
I think
to
it's
feed the
deliberate. Like
ego.
so,
Yeah.
the real conspiracies get flooded with
all kinds
all
of
the
other
fake
bits of
ones, so-
nonsense. Yeah.
But everything's a conspiracy till it happens.
Well,
and then
it's truth, it's
Yeah.
fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just going back to Charlie Kirk, is no one asking questions about the way his wife's behaving at the moment?
I
Well-
was
Very
speaking
weird.
about this
Yeah.
the other day.
What's all that about?
Yeah.
At his memorial as well. That
She's
was, wasn't it?
crying.
The video of the
The hands,
That
yeah,
was weird.
because it was it's all mental, absolutely mental. But what gets me is that she's laughing, she's joking because she knew he was gonna die.
Yeah.
And I get when you're Christian, it's all about forgiving everybody. But why
But you
a
will
week
feel
after?
grief, surely.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
She's
a
had
week
no
after.
grief, really.
It
When
wasn't
she came
even a
on,
week
there were
after.
fireworks at the memorial, and she's walking
Yeah.
out like
Come on,
it's
didn't she? And she
a
was like,
boxing
I
fight.
forgive you. And I get why she's had to do that to,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely, but
plant
to
a
be
belief,
sat there
but-
laughing and joking, there's not a bang under her eye. She's got a very small child, so
Oh,
the
yeah.
hormones surely are going to be a bit raging.
all
Yeah,
over. Yeah.
You'd be fucking devastated.
When
Then
my
she's all over.
cat died
Yeah.
for like a month, I was devastated over my cat.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Literally,
Exactly.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to talk to anyone about it. I wouldn't be going on TV.
You
And
didn't tell me till like,
Yeah, like,
2
it-
months
But
after.
part of me is like, was Charlie Kirk even human?
he didn't look it. It was them teeth.
No, not that. The way he stands and stuff like that. I mean,
I didn't
the
like
Demeanor
it. Like,
and everything.
no one should be shot in public and like
No,
executed.
and the
but
people celebrating someone's death, it speaks volumes about how
Disgusting.
unwell you are inside.
100%.
But at the end of the day, whether you like someone or not, no one deserves to die. But
Yeah.
like I said, I don't think he was even human.
No.
I don't. Not completely anyway.
I mean, there's some
Reptilian.
conspiracy theory about it.
Demeanor about him, didn't he? It's just you couldn't put your finger.
Same with that Candace Owens. I think she's so dark behind the eyes.
She's looking into it a lot now, isn't she? She's coming up with all the conspiracy theories of why has this happened.
There's definitely something dodgy about it. It's not what they're telling you.
It's what they're not telling you.
Yeah, there's something weird about it. One of the things I read, which was like a fringe conspiracy, was they were saying, when you ask people if you could go back in time and kill Hitler before he went on to what he did, would you do it? And like 90% of people say yes. So if Hitler had done a speech before he came to power, someone shot him and got away with it, there would be no Hitler. You'd never know anything of it, and there'd just be a gunman. Could Charlie Kirk have been going down that road? Because people were saying he would be president one day.
Yeah.
Maybe someone in the future, I mean, this is just a random conspiracy theorist, but maybe someone in the future came back to stop him, like you would have done Hitler,
Yeah.
killed him off, and then there's the whole, is it this Tyler guy? There's different people on the roof, there's different people walking. And maybe in the future, the question was, would you go back and kill Charlie Kirk before
Yeah.
he did whatever he did as president? I think all the conspiracy theories are interesting just to
Yeah, they are.
listen to.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, he was a puppet and he started deviating from a script. And the minute you do that, you're either publicly humiliated and your career's ruined, or you're dead.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to, the FBI who's investigating it don't seem to be on it. Like,
No, they never are. They never are.
and they put two people in charge, like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, who'd been on podcasts for years before, and they're talking about the Epstein list and like, if I was there, it would be out straight away. And they get there and there's nothing.
No,
They're like,
exactly.
he didn't traffic to anyone. We've looked through all the papers. It's
Yeah,
like,
of course he didn't.
who's Ghislaine Maxwell gone to prison for trafficking to then?
Yeah, exactly. Why is that Virginia
Why-
woman who came out about Prince Andrew, why is she suddenly dead?
Yeah.
You know?
Why was Epstein killing himself if he did nothing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's got the best lawyers, and if he actually
Yeah.
did nothing,
I
we'll
don't
go
think,
to
I
trial.
think he's still alive.
I think
I was
he's
just
still
gonna
alive.
say that if he's still dead,
He's not dead.
I think he is.
He's not dead.
No.
No.
Ghislaine will get out and
Because they're
Big
already
Quill
talking
keep
about
going.
getting her out.
yeah.
And the guy who's tried to kill him, if you remember when it happened, like the week before there was an attempt on his life, he was in prison with like a ex New York police officer who tried to strangle him, and then they separated them, and then
Yeah.
he killed himself by himself. They're talking about him getting immunity now, the guy
Yeah.
who tried to, and he's friends with Robert F. Kennedy's people somehow,
Yeah.
and they're all interlinked when you look at it. But with
He's
Epstein,
another one, that Robert Kennedy.
he's definitely done some bad things.
He's done some terrible things. But
Because he's
so
changed his
poorly.
tune.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're going on about the health of America. You can't even breathe, love.
This is it.
But he's changed his tune on things. As soon as he's got there, like you're expecting, okay, he's going to do this and he's going to do that.
And they just come out and made a link between paracetamol and autism.
I think everyone should take paracetamol now while they're pregnant because there must be a benefit to it for them to come out
If they're
and
trying
say
to
that.
stop you.
If they're
Yeah.
trying to stop you doing it, fucking do it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the government now. Anything you hear, you think,
Do the opposite.
do the opposite.
Yeah.
Even if it's going to turn out bad, you're probably better taking your chances on that.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think they smuggled Epstein out of his cell.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
Back to fucking,
faked his death.
Back to little St. James.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've probably faked his death, and the FBI have him rather than Israel. because there's lots of CIA agents who said they didn't like Mossad. They had too much power within the CIA and the FBI.
But apparently Israel as well has got the highest concentration of pedophiles in one country.
Yeah,
as well,
because you can
haven't
go back there. You can get accused or
they?
charged
Anything and go
and go back
if you
there.
like.
There's like a right to return, and they don't extradite them back to America. So there's like a paedophile map of Israel, and it's just the whole
it's
thing.
fucking lit up, isn't
It's
it?
like,
Literally.
shall we wrap up?
Yeah. Any more questions?
No, I think that's it.
No?
And where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube under the Witchorsist.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, it's been
Thank you
lovely
for
chatting
having
to
me.
you. Like, really interesting.
Hopefully you won't have any nightmares tonight.
Fingers crossed. I might be
I
moving
sleep
now,
like a
but you told
baby.
me before. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for that.
No.
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you.
a lot.